Wake up, gamers, because you're in the Big Think Dimension, the first gaming podcast to self-isolate and sound good. Featuring KZ Excellent.
I think video game good.
Dan and Bob Video Game.
You see that mountain? You can self-isolate on that mountain, Bob.
Oh, thank God.
And Mr. Feel.
We refuse to risk even one gamer life.
Here on GigaBoots. I've had enough of these long, rambling intros to these gaming podcasts. It's about time we just get to the issues that matter. Feel, what did you eat in Spam?
So, I cracked open the can of teriyaki Spam.
Regrettable.
It was regrettable. It's vile.
It really is.
No. What is it, like turbo sweet or something?
Well, it's like syrup.
It tastes like, imagine if you poured cheap teriyaki sauce into a bowl,
Okay.
left the bowl out for 3 days,
Oh.
No!
and then brushed it on your Spam. It was inedible.
Did you heat it or anything, or just try and eat it straight?
I tried it raw first. I went, oh no, or not raw. It comes cooked.
Right.
Then I fried it and tried it, and I'm like, this is still inedible. So it became dog food, and I used normal Spam in my fried rice.
I really appreciate Aggro's tweet of, I have a moral stance against food waste, but sometimes you just have to take a stand and go, no.
Well, it wasn't food waste. The dog enjoyed it.
Exactly.
He got a little piece every so often for a day.
Dogs will enjoy anything. I feed them glass.
That's not true. One time my parents cooked something so bad even the dogs wouldn't eat it. It was so hilarious. We were like, no, this is fucking terrible. And my mom was like, no, it's fine. And then none of us ate it. She's like, whatever, the dog will appreciate it. Because she won't admit that she won't eat it either. Yeah, no, even the dogs wouldn't eat that shit. Couldn't remember what it was, though. That's probably a defense mechanism.
Right?
Oh, man. Bob, do you have any?
Of course I have Spam news.
Sure, go ahead.
I tried Spam Light.
Oh, I enjoy Spam Light. That's
For
usually
some-
what I buy, actually.
In my head, Spam Light has a packaging like Crystal Light, and it has an 80s commercial to go along with it.
It was slimmer like the DS.
Are you fit and thin now thanks to Spam Light, Bob?
Sure. I made a sandwich out of Spam Light. It seemed fine. Like it tastes like Spam. It's not offensive at all.
Bob, have you checked out the pre-order bonuses with Spam Light?
But yeah, I made like toast, put Spam in it, and put some cheese on there too. So it worked.
Yeah, that's called a sandwich, yeah.
Yeah. Spamwich.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
And
Sometimes you got to make a Spam burger where you cut a big slice out of it, like to get the largest possible surface area.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. You just use it like a hamburger patty. Fry it in the pan a little bit.
I'm curious, but I don't think that'll go well.
It goes well.
Well, you know what might help with that, Bob?
what's that, Dan?
That new pan.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have with that new pan.
You should describe what the pan is first.
It's a carbon steel.
For those who don't, for those who aren't familiar, they aren't non-stick pans. They're just carbon steel. You have to prepare the pan to be used, which involves seasoning it, which is really interesting.
Yeah, you have to like basically get layers of oil cooked onto it, and that prevents it from rusting and makes it non-stick eventually from doing it a lot. So just by using it with oil frequently, it'll eventually become non-stick, I guess, after you do the initial seasoning of it.
Yeah, the initial seasoning is like you're lubing the entire thing, including the handle up, and then baking it for hours.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
It's definitely strange. And you always have to store it dry because it can still rust.
It can rust, yeah.
But yeah, I got that all prepared this week. I did some deep frying in it, tried some was it chicken tonkatsu?
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Ooh.
It came out pretty well. It took me like an hour of trying to figure out the temperature on my stove so I could actually hold like a 340 degrees where I needed it. But
Yeah.
that means I'm ready for something else, Dan.
What else?
We can't find Spam fries anymore, can we?
Oh no.
Oh no!
What if we make homemade spam fries?
I can't believe I walked
Yes,
straight
yes,
into this.
yes, 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 yes.
Oh no.
I have one other food thing too.
Sure.
Dan, your curse is spreading, I think.
Oh no.
And this is only a minor curse, so I'm hoping it doesn't get worse. Where I went to Wendy's and they were out of chicken nuggets. Entirely.
So they just ran out of the only edible food. Huh.
So I'm like, you're out of chicken nuggets? Yes. And I feel bad that I'm like, okay, and pulled out and drove away from the drive.
Good
There's
on
not many
you.
other options.
It's like, what else would I eat? Chili, but every time I get chili, I want to dunk chicken nuggets in it. Or a junior bacon cheeseburger, but I'm not just going to eat a junior bacon cheeseburger with nothing else. And I'm certainly not going to eat two, though I have done that before. Can't recommend it.
I ordered something from Postmates this week, and the exact same thing happened. I got a call. He's like, yeah, I'm at this Burger King. They say they're out of chicken. What do you want to do? And I said, I want to get my money back. That's what I want to do now.
You don't want a veggie burger?
No.
Honestly, those are probably the best burger on their menu. What's that thing called? The fake meat? I don't remember.
Impossible meat.
Impossible meat. Impossible Whopper.
I went on a pizza adventure today.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I had some DoorDash credits, so I went, I haven't tried CC's Pizza. Let's see how this works out.
Oof.
So I ordered a CC's Pizza.
How'd that go?
What?
Now, what I did was I ordered it, then tweeted that I'm about to try out this thing. Every reply was dire. Every reply was like, you're going to die.
CC's Pizza is a buffet pizza joint. That's the only reason you ever get it.
Yeah, it's a buffet pizza joint, and it's so strongly associated with its buffet that when you said you were getting it, I'm like, some renegade CC's is running a buffet during this. Holy fuck.
That's what I assumed.
Then I tweeted, it has arrived, which I love that their logo is CC's Beyond Pizza. And Phil goes, oh my God, you ordered it.
There's no reason the only reason to ever go into a CC's Pizza is be like, sorry, you were slow. I took half the cheese bread they put out because it's the most edible thing they have.
Yeah, I got a pizza with pepperoni, bacon, and ham. And I took a bite and went, oh no, this tastes exactly like a Red Baron's French bread pizza.
It is dire, yeah. Like, really dire.
Overall, I'm like, I don't regret this, but also, wow.
Anytime I go into a CC's, I expect to leave feeling ill. Like,
Right.
I've never, ever gone, let's eat CC's because I like myself.
I had to have a new experience.
You should have ordered the dessert pizza.
Yeah, it's true.
Those are actually better than the regular pizzas.
I ordered a
Accurate.
dessert in the form of a fudge brownie, as they describe it.
Uh-huh, that's how they
I took
describe
a
it,
bite
all
and
right.
went, this is not a brownie. This is chocolate bread.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That stuff is
It's-
weird.
it's
That's why they cover it in powdered sugar so you don't figure
Yes,
that
they
out.
do.
So that's one of the useful tools for me to leave CC's feeling sick.
Yes.
That's my food things. I still have Spam regularly, but there's nothing exciting about I bought another slice of Spam and I cooked it.
Not really, no. I didn't
I
have
had it
any
with a side of beans.
I didn't have any fun food adventures, but there was the psych moment earlier this week where I pulled into the Wendy's and I was having trouble speaking up because I was parched. And then I pull up and I was like, I apologized to the lady at the first window. I'm like, yeah, my throat's insanely dry. I'm sorry. I was so quiet. And she's like, oh, it's okay. I understand. Yeah, that's it. And then she says some sympathetic stuff. And I pull up to the second window. The window opens immediately. Person hands me a water bottle. I was like, I didn't order it. And she's like, nah, it's fine. Keep it. She walks away. And I'm like, oh, shit. Is my curse over? This is fucking amazing. Like, they gave me a water bottle. This is a positive.
God.
This is a positive experience at a fast food place instead of me getting the wrong order. I start to uncap the water. I chug 3/4 of the bottle immediately because I am just completely parched. The person goes, "Here's your food." Hands me a salad. I'm like, I'm like,
And then they went, and you're like, I didn't order this. And they went, no, don't worry about it, and then closed the window.
so I couldn't tell it was a salad when it was still hanging in the bag. So I grabbed the bag from her hands, pull it in the car, look inside. There's a salad. The window's already shut. She's nowhere near it. So I have to sit at it was such a positive experience until this. I had to sit in the drive-thru and go, ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. This isn't my food. Please come back. She comes back finally. I'm like, I didn't order a salad. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm the 4 for 4 with the fries replaced with the chili. She goes, oh, okay. Here, 1 second, I'll go get that. And she grabs the salad and brings it back in. And then she gives me my bag, and I'm like, okay, thank you. And I start driving away. And then somewhere around Walmart, which is a fifth of the mile down the road, I go, this bag doesn't have everything in it, does it? I open it up. There's no chicken nuggets.
Oh, no.
Oh man, you got the 3 for 4.
The infamous 3 for 4. Yeah, so then I headed back, and I just called him up on the phone. I was like, hey, yeah, I'm the guy who you just tried to give a salad, and now you didn't give me my chicken nuggets. I'm going to be right back. And they're like, oh, okay, pull up to the second window. I pull up to the first window. Guy goes, who are you? I'm just like, what's going on?
Oh my god.
Because the second window was occupied, just to be clear. The second window had a vehicle in it. I was like, this is insane. I explained to him briefly, and he goes, oh, okay. And he walks away, and he comes back, and he gives me 2 4-pieces of chicken nuggets. Yeah.
Yeah, that was worth the more than that amount of money and time it took to get them.
Yeah, no, it was an insane fucking circus, but I got an extra bottle of water and an extra 4 chicken nuggets. So that's about as close to a positive experience as I get in fast food. I don't think I brought it up on the podcast. Taco Bell fucked up my order a week and a half ago, and I had to drive all the way back to get the correct thing, and they gave me, I'm sorry, Cinna Twists, but their oil was so disgustingly old, and they burnt it that it was uneatable. Just completely inedible. It was disgusting. It tasted like eating rubber.
Yeah, those were really gross.
Okay, enough talking about my various curses.
I think I had my own pizza adventure.
What? You had a pizza adventure?
Well, the other week I was like, I need to get some of those deep dish Chicago-style frozen pizzas. Those exist.
Yeah.
And then I went looking for them. I don't think those exist. I worry I dreamed that. I've been to like 4 or 5 grocery stores.
I was going to say, Bob, when you were like, yeah, Chicago deep dish pizzas, those come frozen. I worked at a grocery store for years and had never seen one. And I was like, maybe I just didn't notice. Bob seems really confident.
So no Chicago deep dish pizza for me.
That's a shame.
No.
That's a shame. I guess we're going to have to make our own pizza. You know, I bet there's
Toppings are going to have spam fries on it.
No.
You can make it in that pan. It's easy.
Yeah, I was going to say, we could make a pan pizza using that pan. That would probably work out great.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what a Chicago deep dish is. So.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to pay off the thing. How's your microwave doing?
Oh yeah, the
it's
microwave
good.
works. It's great. It the best part about it has a brighter light for the cooktop, so I can actually see what I'm cooking. It's weird.
Yeah, because it's an over-the-range microwave, so now Bob can see things. Hilariously, the thing has 4 fan speeds, and it doesn't start at the lowest. It starts at the highest, so if you turn on the fan on it, it just gets insanely loud.
But then it doesn't even turn the fan on when you cook stuff sometimes, so it's great.
Yeah.
It's so quiet.
Oh, yeah, no, the thing's quiet as hell. It's really appreciated. Now when people run off to the kitchen to make popcorn during the middle of a live stream, you won't hear like, so that's cool. That's exciting. We've basically...
You know what you really need to do
What's up?
is say fuck Chicago pizza and make Detroit pizza and just die.
I'm not familiar with what Detroit pizza is.
Okay, so here's Detroit pizza. You have a rectangular pan. It has high walls. They put the dough in the bottom, then cheese, shitloads of cheese. Then they put sauce on top of the cheese, and the way it works is the cheese fat renders out and deep fries the crust in the pan.
God.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. This is like This is intense.
I think it sounds familiar, but that's insane.
I've had it once. You take one bite and you're like, this is a once a year food.
If even, yeah. Jesus Christ. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to do some deep dish adventures, and maybe later down the road, the Detroit pizza.
Yeah, the thing with the pan, you don't want to put like straight tomato sauce in it, because then you have to resurface it. But if it's only on the top, it should be okay, I think.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it should be fine. We've got a lot of news to cover, though. I feel like we should pull out of the food station and pull into the what you've been playing station.
Ooh.
Last week, we played every PSP and PS2 spin-off of Ape Escape. Sony, please don't be Sega during the Master System years. Please have a bar of quality. Please don't treat Ape Escape like Sonic the fucking Hedgehog, where they're like, Sonic Labyrinth, this is good enough. Man.
What you really want is all kinds of different games and wildly different styles, right?
That are all low quality. Yeah, I like the part, and we're not exaggerating to anyone who didn't watch the stream yet. It should be up on our YouTube channel by now. I like the part where the last PS2 Ape Escape game came out 5 months before the PS3 and looked and ran as well as EDF.
Yeah, that was really rough.
It was capped at 30 frames per second. Your missions are to take down a tanker going through a city, and the apes are just also there. They're not even the goal.
Yeah, they have nothing to do with it, almost.
You're just supposed to destroy this tanker thing, this oil tanker thing that's going through the city. You get a gun. Like, that game's so fucking bizarre. But we really ended up loving the Ape Escape minigame thing, which, you know, because when you hear Ape Escape minigame, you go, please kill me, because you think of something along the lines of Ape Academy on the PSP, which is fucking terrible. No.
How was Ape Academy 2?
We didn't even play it because one made us want to die, and we had a limited time to go through all these games. But Pumped and Primed, the PS2 Ape Escape game that actually came over, is less like a mini game collection and more like a brawler that they turned into a party game. So, you know, you're racing your opponents down a track, and you can attack them with all your gadgets and stuff. Or you're just in a battle royale and you're supposed to kill them.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Power Stone almost.
Yeah, I was going to say it's like a Power Stone. It's really fun, which was weird. I expected to fucking hate that. But it was way better than, you know, Ape Academy. Ape Academy is so fucking awful. I can't even describe it. Imagine 40 incredibly mediocre minigames. Like the bottom, the worst. It literally is the worst party game, mini game collection I've ever played. Ape Academy.
It looks so bad.
It's unreal.
And they're all like WarioWare length for the mini games. It's but not funny
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't instantly understand what you're supposed to do like a WarioWare game. They have to give you controls in a brief flash.
Yep. They were anticipating that UMD taking longer to load, but since we have our PlayStation TV hacked, we're running it off of that.
You can't say UMD to me anymore.
No. No, these controls are really easy. You just... I really like that game dev who was talking about how much they really like the DualSense controller. Did you hear about that, Bob?
No.
Some game dev was like tiptoeing around breaking NDA, and he was like, yeah, I like the DualSense controller a lot. It has features that you miss when you go to other systems, but I can't talk about it because it's under NDA. And I was like, oh man, this dude's out here, and he's like, it's so good. You take the controller and you... But yeah, no. Really excited for Sony to show some stuff in the next few weeks here, as was rumored.
Their plan is working out because they're going to come out after Microsoft and just behead them with a sickle on a chain.
The fact that it worked is fucked. The fact that they just sat on their hands for 5 months and went, do it. Do it, motherfuckers. Announce your shit.
We're waiting.
But yeah,
Microsoft's like, he who strikes first strikes best, and then falls down a manhole.
Is Microsoft that dude from The Princess Bride who's just he poisoned himself.
That's funny because the implication is that Sony didn't win; they're just immune to it.
Yep.
Like, I spent an entire gin being terrible as defense.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, that's the Ape Escape games. Bob, do you have any highlights or anything else you want to mention about the 8 or so Ape Escape games?
That racing game was way better than I thought it
Yeah,
would
it's
be.
fucked up. Ape Escape Racing never came over to the States. It was shockingly fun. And we were playing it on a DualShock 4. Fun fact, audience, for anyone who intends to get a PlayStation TV or already has one and uses it, the DualShock 4 has more input latency on the PlayStation TV than the DualShock 3. So if you got a DualShock 3 lying around, use that. Fucking Sony finds a way. Anyways, yeah, that Ape Escape Racing game was actually really fun. I super enjoyed that. We played that for like 2 hours on the stream. I would have kept playing, but we had so many games to keep doing.
Right, and we broke new ground and found things that people didn't know.
It's true.
Existed
on
in that
Wikipedia, they're like, there are only 2 race cars in this. And we get about 40 minutes, 30 minutes into the stream, and we unlock a shitload more, and I'm like, we're breaking new ground! This is deep
No
cutting.
one in the history of mankind has ever played the game this far.
Or at least in English-speaking people, because apparently it was a greatest hit in Japan. Like, it made it to the budget tier games. I assume it
Is that
sold
like
it
million sold, or?
It was on PS2. Sony never really said for PSP. I think that speaks for itself. But yeah, Ape
It
Escape.
reminds me for like how for years, and I have no idea why, but The Nightmare of Druaga,
Oh,
that
yeah.
Druaga game that came out on PS2 and kept its Japanese subtitle in America because they didn't give a fuck. For a really long time, the Wikipedia article literally says, "We can't tell you the ending. No one has ever beaten it."
That's really
I think it changed in like 2012, but I remember looking it up once and being like, what the fuck do you mean nobody's ever completed it?
You know, the
You gonna doubt us?
how about you go beat it, fucker? You know,
I'm glad you had fun with all these Ape Escape games. I recall last podcast, you're like, yeah, that Ape Escape move game's pretty good.
yeah, I remembered it being pretty good because I stopped playing on the first page of levels. The ending of that game was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Sony not saying how many copies your game has to sell to become a greatest hit on PSP reminded me of some recent news, and I noticed nobody wrote it down in news, so I'll cover it real quick. Microsoft came out and said Game Pass has over 10 million subscriptions and Xbox Live monthly active users are at 90 million. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Dan.
Haven't we covered on this podcast that they sold barely over 40 million Xbox Ones?
I think that's come up.
Xbox Live is free on other platforms.
Well, technically, Silver's free on all platforms.
Exactly. So, are they bragging that 45 million people are playing Minecraft, or?
I think they're doing that, yes.
Oh, all right.
I completely missed the Xbox Live one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, they coupled
hey,
both together. Most people want to focus on Game Pass.
Yeah.
10 million Game Pass, that's 10 million whole dollars.
Yes, it's true. That's actually... The funniest bit is it's kind of worse than that because you only pay $1 to convert all of your Xbox Live Gold into Game Pass Ultimate.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
I only paid $1 to get 2.5 years of Game Pass, you guys.
Wow, all it cost, that's a lot of numbers though. All it cost was all of the sales on every game they will ever release.
Yeah, that's all.
That's it.
The only people I see trying to talk trash about Game Pass are Sony fans.
How am I a Sony fan? I own an Xbox One X. I'm excited to get the Series X, and I have 2.5 years of Game Pass Ultimate.
Are you actually excited?
Dan, I thought we were excited to get the Series L.
Look, they haven't had that
It's
conference.
gonna take a minute and a half to boot.
Wow, that's only half a minute slower than the X.
Their naming convention's so bad, Bob fucked up his own tweet and thought he had an Xbox Series X.
That's funny as hell. Maybe Phil
I
gave
did a tweet
him one.
earlier. I did a tweet earlier. reply to this tweet and tell me what smart delivery is, and nobody who didn't already know what it was got it right.
Yeah, smart deliveries are really bad branding. I actually had to listen to a podcast where a man said that name makes sense. I can figure out what that is.
No, you can't, you fucking liar.
Yeah, Bob was is sitting in his chair behind me when he heard this, and he sounded like one of those like rip cord sort of spinning top things. He was like, Zah! And started spinning in his chair. It's smart delivery is such a bad name. You know what? In the comments section, if you don't know what smart delivery is, say what you think it is.
Okay, now
Comment it now.
You gotta do it now because it comes up in news.
Right, I was like, we can't even tell you what it is later.
Yeah. What they do is they comment it now, and then they can put in an edit later of fuck.
But yeah, that's all the games I want to talk about. I'm just really happy that we got a pixel perfect solution for PSP and PS Vita. That shit looks gorgeous. I really want to do some Dissidia stuff and other content on it.
You don't want to talk anymore about Uncharted 3?
I really don't. I've been playing it.
Did you see that comment someone left about Talbot?
Was it the one where Talbot's a robot?
It was like, no, Talbot's like a djinn.
Yes.
And it's like he has those powers and he's working with the old woman so that he can be, I don't know, man.
Dude, the worst part is
turned to dust.
I haven't seen anything disprove that yet.
I wish that Uncharted 3 were that exciting.
I wish it, man, let me tell you, when people,
very exciting.
When people talk about how Naughty Dog games hate fun, I worry they're just talking about Uncharted 3. Because Uncharted 2 and 4 and The Last of Us even are fun at all. Uncharted 3 is miserable.
Uncharted 4 is a lot of fun.
I think when they say these games hate fun, it's because it's not colorful, cartoony stuff. It's realistic with guns.
Also, they have gripping stories.
They do. Very gripping.
I mean, I certainly don't think the story is fun.
I thought Uncharted 4 story was fine. Uncharted 3 story makes me sad. Not because it's trying to, but because it thinks it's good.
Uncharted 4's story is good until they try to position the war criminal as having any moral ground to stand on.
No, see, that was beautiful characterization.
Where I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You run a paramilitary company and overthrow rebellions for dictators. You don't get to lecture them on greed. What are you talking about?
Nathan Drake had an anime fight with that character. It was really cool.
No, he's talking about the
I'm talking about the black lady.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or Casey's also talking about that because there's the whole thing where Drake's like, "Hi," and she just bodies him.
Yeah, but then you have the one later in the game where they like jump off like wooden huts and shit, and it goes straight anime for a moment.
I remember when like the entire old ancient city is falling down, and Drake's like, "Fuck, I'm in Tomb Raider suddenly." No.
Oh no!
Look,
which version of this am I gonna get gored?
Luckily, I'm not a woman, so I won't. So nobody will masturbate over me getting hurt.
It's I don't know. He's a white man. I'm pretty sure there's a market for that. Anyway, man, fucking Uncharted 3 is so bad.
I'm trying to remember. They flesh out that character a little more in Lost Legacy.
Who, Talbot?
No, not Talbot. Good lord.
Yes, actually.
Black lady.
I really wish
to return.
I really wish I could remember her name, but since she's not Chloe or Elena, I didn't even remember Talbot's name until I came back to this game.
Laura Bailey.
Yeah, I was like, it's Laura Bailey.
Chloe. Her name is Chloe.
No, Chloe.
No, we're not talking
her.
about
No,
Chloe. I just
Chloe,
said I
Chloe.
remember
I forgot.
Chloe.
Nadine. Her name is Nadine.
There we go. There we go. Nadine. Yeah, it's been like 5 years or so, I guess 4 years since I played Uncharted 4, so I did not remember Nadine's name. I have not played Lost Legacy. I intend to do that on the PS5.
On the PS5.
There we go. Shut the fuck up, Dan. Move this podcast along.
Look, I didn't bring up Uncharted 3. That was Bob's fault. You can blame him. Bob, did you play anything else?
Yeah, I played some stuff. I think me and Phil played Soccer Wars. Is that right, Phil?
I didn't play that. I didn't play a whole lot of it. I only played till I met all the characters. And then I stopped.
I played a little bit more than that. But that
Okay,
game
then
is
Bob, does it remind you if Astral Chain wasn't terrible?
God damn it.
Bob,
I mean,
I need you to sell me on this because I was given a copy of it, so I'm going to do content on it. You need to sell me on how cool it is.
KZ,
Oh, no.
this is I'm not sure how this is going to go for you. It's so much more like dating sim than it is playing anything. It's kind of crazy. Like
You are constantly seeing girls from the protagonist's perspective, like a dating sim would be.
Oh, man, these videos are going to be fucking weird.
It's nothing but dialogue for almost like I feel like 80% at least of what I played. There's the combat.
Some games have a slow start. This has a start like, you know how Pangea broke apart and formed continents?
Yeah.
The opening is roughly on pace with that.
And the continents have boobies.
Of course.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's going to like if it was just a slow start, that's one thing. I don't know if it's going to get any better about that because now that I'm like another few hours into episode 2 and done one tiny gameplay segment before I've gone right back to the dating sim stuff, I don't think this game is going to have hardly any playing.
It's primarily a dating sim.
Yeah,
that's what the series has always been.
It's super weird because I feel like it was probably a little bit better balanced when the combat had to take longer because of tactics styles battle, and I feel that inherently is a longer thing. Also, there's like no RPG customization of your characters outside of battle, which I feel like would really help me get into it. Like if I were buying armor and upgrades and
just date them, brah.
Yeah, it's just that. It's weird.
Apparently, you're not picking the right choices.
Yes, on Twitter.
I've heard from heroes on Twitter.
Tosha's calling me out.
You have some options.
You do. They let you go pretty bad.
I play a lot of visual novel stuff from time to time on my channel. I'm looking forward to being insufferable and horny just for fun.
One of the things is it has the insane system where you can set the intensity at which you respond.
Yes.
Oh,
that's always funny.
What?
Yeah, like you get like a meter and you press up on the stick to make your intensity go up, and you can decide whether you want to be like, yeah, let's do it, or yeah, let's do it. You get to use that meter to decide whether or not to peep on somebody.
Yeah, I think that's the particular event that I did not do, and Tosh was very upset.
I didn't do it either because
it really sounds like you're a coward.
The cool thing is that very cutscene shows where you would have been caught if you had done it, because she's like looking in a mirror, and she turns her head, and it shows the corner where your head would be peeking out if you were looking. So it's like, here's how you'd get your asshole opened if you were looking.
So what you're saying is Bob is very wise.
I don't know how I feel about Peanut.
Oh, the
what?
The elephant.
They have an elephant named
so-
Peanut. Are you fucking real?
Yes.
There is a mask. Okay, so Sakura Wars, the whole thing in Sakura Wars is that there are people who pilot steampunk mechs to fight demons that look like xenomorphs.
What?
Except they don't look. Yeah, that's what Sakura Wars is about.
Okay, I have absolutely no idea what Soccer Wars is. I just saw there was uwu anime dating shit, and you fight.
It's about groups that pilot steampunk robots to fight demons that look like xenomorphs. Except they don't look as much like xenomorphs in this one because it's 2020 and they would be sued.
I don't know. That the end of the first level still was like, whoa, that's a xenomorph.
It's 100 times less obvious than the old ones, which is really funny. But they also they hide in plain sight as like a theater. They work at a theater, so they're called the Review. Is that how you pronounce that fucking word? I don't know.
I don't know. I was thinking
Revue,
but I'm not sure.
Dan says nothing because he's assumed it's always said the same his entire life.
It's Review. It's Review.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're also a theater that puts on shows. It's I forget what the name, but it's a specific kind of Japanese theater where all the actors are women. So the protagonist is always like his normal job is like the ticket taker or something. So there's a mascot for the theater, which is a goofy looking like Indian elephant named Peanut. So, and that's why I said it, asked if it reminded Bob of Astral Chain, because there's this moment where your boss calls you and is like, step on that magic pad that will transform you into Peanut and teleport the suit onto you.
It's not as good as Lappy. Nothing is as good as Lappy.
It is not as
Give
good
me
as
Curry.
Lappy. But I did enjoy the very first Peanut segment where I got to tell the worst joke I have ever heard in my life.
I did not do that option. I should have done that option.
Where somebody asks, what is this button? And one of your options is tell a joke, and you go, that's irrelevant. And then she laughs, and the protagonist's inner monologue is, that was so fucking bad. Why did she laugh?
Oh yeah, you haven't played long enough. You haven't been introduced to the character whose whole thing is I make bad puns.
Yes, I have not met that character yet. I stopped pretty much right after I met the protagonist's best friend, who you can call a stupid asshole immediately upon meeting him.
Yes, it's a good guy. I really enjoy the art in this game. Like the characters look nice. The environment looks really nice. All the side characters, like the NPCs, look nice. Like they look like they fit in universe. It's strange. There's not much area to explore so far, but everything is very polished.
I'm wondering if it's going to get weird when I start meeting more characters, because all the other combat reviews from other countries are designed by different artists, as you probably figured out when Duo Maxwell walked in.
I thought it was weird that he was Duo, and I was like, did Kubo just do this, or what?
I don't think it's literally Gundam Wing's designer, but each combat review has a different designer.
Okay. That's kind of a neat idea. But yeah,
I'm trying to remember who
real
some
quick.
of them were. I'm trying to remember.
That's like when Xenoblade 2 did the thing where they had guest artists for all of the blades that you unlock. But with that, they just kind of put them all into a blender, and sometimes you get the one with the giant titties.
And that major character was just designed by Nomura.
Yeah,
don't worry, it's an entire organization of characters that were designed by Nomura.
But some of the art, Kin Sugimori designed one of the reviews.
Which one? Cool. I need to know.
I don't know. The artist from K-On! Did one. The artist of Haruhi Suzumiya. And the Persona artist did one.
It's making me want to play more of this game, but I'm like, this game is so slowly paced, it kind of is hard. I also played a little bit of SNK Gals, which is a Neo Geo Pocket game that just hit the Switch. Did you have anything else you wanted to say about Sakura Wars, Sophia?
No. Also, apparently, Peanut was designed by Kin Sugimori.
Oh.
That checks out.
So, Bob.
Yes.
Have you even played it?
Yeah, Sakura, or SNK Gals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to play a few matches. That game's really neat. I want to play more of it. It seems like it's surprisingly deep for a pocket, based, Game Boy era almost, one-on-one fighter.
Yeah.
There seems like all the characters actually have a decent number of moves. It feels a lot like what was the Street Fighter where it was all SD?
Pocket Fighter?
Yeah, I guess it was just Pocket Fighter. Where Puzzle Fighter.
There we go.
Yeah, where all their moves are kind of crazy nonsense. Like one of the characters pulls out a frying pan. Iori has a fork and knife because he is in this game cross-dressing as I think Mr. X or something like that.
I think it's just Mrs. X.
Oh, Miss X or Mysterious X something.
Yes, it is Miss X. It's just Iori in a schoolgirl outfit with a mask on.
It could be anyone.
It could be anyone. Yes.
I think they eventually
very subtle.
Mm-hmm.
They put Miss X in as an actual girl in SNK Heroines, and then later put in him as a guy as a DLC character.
That's kind of funny.
So that game seems neat. I want to play more of it. I also got to play a tiny bit of Streets of Rage 4. That came out today. So maybe 30 minutes before the podcast started.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We got to play it for free with Game Pass Ultimate. But since it's just about the worst version of the game, we're going to end up buying it on something else.
Oh no!
It's missing a lot of options in the menu, and weirdly enough, the Windows Store version of this game is based on the Xbox One, but won't even boot. It has that level of problems because the Windows Store is terrible. That thing shouldn't exist.
But you get free games with Game Pass on the Windows Store, Dan.
Yeah, about that. They're not free games for you if you can't download and get them to boot. That's a bit of a problem, you see.
You get a free blue screen.
I get a free thing taking up gigs of space and doing nothing. Oh, man. Anyway, how is Streets of Rage 4?
It felt pretty good to play. I'm still not a huge fan of the art style they went with for it, but it might grow on me. It's super weird that some of the characters can't run and some characters can run.
I think that's actually on brand for the series, though. I'm pretty sure that was the case in 3.
It probably is. It probably is just emulating that.
Yeah.
I don't think the big wrestler guy in the old games could run.
Yeah.
I'm wrong, but I don't think he could run.
I actually really like the art style. It's a lot more layered than it was closer to launch. Like the trailer, rather. When they first showed the reveal trailer, the graphics were kind of flat looking, and I'm glad they improved it for the final game. I like the art style.
Yeah, I like the backgrounds. It's really just the character art. I don't really like the way they went with Axel or Blaze.
I like Axel. Blaze seems pretty Blaze, so I don't care. Wasn't the hugest fan of Blaze to begin with, so it'd be weird for me to be like, let me give you my opinion. This is how this woman I don't like should look.
Come on, Dan, red pill me on Blaze.
Well, she's wearing red, so she's probably a hoe.
Whoa!
You asked for the red pill, I gave you the red pill. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I know, I'm choking on it.
You're too awake now. You can't go back to the Matrix.
The new character.
I woke up, there's no Chicago deep dishes anywhere.
It's really rough times.
Dire.
This is a much less gentle wake up than the PS5, which will be like waking up from the dream.
Yes, instead of waking up to an explosion. What were you gonna say, Bob?
The new character Cherry Hunter is pretty cool though. She's got a guitar she fights with.
Yeah, she's really cool. I love her hairdo and her outfit. She of course beats people to death with a guitar. It's very, very cool. I like this character design a lot.
Yeah, she seems more focused on aerial stuff, so she can do stuff like jumping on top of characters' heads, grabbing them between her knees, and then jumping back off and doing kicks and stuff. It's really neat.
Yeah, I'm super excited to play this game after this podcast. I just didn't have time before. I was too busy doing equipment tests on new equipment. That's my life. But yeah, very excited for that.
Yeah, I'll probably buy it on PS4.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah, it'll be even better on PS5.
Right?
Stop it.
It might even install.
I mean, it does have load times for each mission. And if those
Not
weren't
on
there, that'd be cool.
PS5.
Right? Exactly.
Stop talking about PS5.
We hit the load screen, and Bob's like, "Oh, this is a cool map." He hits a button, and then he goes, "Oh, it's a loading screen." And I'm like, "Not on PS5, it isn't."
God damn it.
We're gonna get the PS5, and somehow it takes longer to load, and we're just gonna go.
We're
"How?"
gonna crumble. It's all been a lie a whole year.
But it would be so funny. It would prove everyone who's like, Mark Cerny just gets on stage and lies. It would prove them all right, and that would be the funniest timeline.
Oh yeah, I actually got I tried to get into Ninjala beta. I didn't get into the Ninjala beta because it was being funky.
Yeah, they kind of lied about when it was running.
That, and then they had to open it late, and then it didn't open, and then all sorts of nonsense.
Yeah, that was for those who don't know, Ninjala is the GoBots of Splatoon.
Yes, he plays ninja versions of Splatoon characters, basically.
Seems a little bit better than that.
Let's see, what other... Go to Big Lots. Any other off-brands?
Did you hear about the data mine?
I did not hear about the data mine.
Did anyone else hear about the data mine?
Ninjala is the Harbor Freight of Splatoon.
Ooh,
What?
That might be a bigger insult.
No, Harbor Freight is great.
All I know is that every time I'm like, hey, there's a sale at Harbor Freight, my mom's like, don't go there. I only buy tools from there if I expect them to break in a year.
my god. But yeah, people data mined the beta. Apparently, there's going to be a Sonic crossover.
Nice.
That'd be cool.
I'm so excited, but yeah, they're like, these shoes belonged to the fastest hedgehog ever alive, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Doesn't that imply he's dead?
Yes. Or he got new shoes. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? It could be anything.
Don't worry, he'll come back on the 20th.
I did get to play a little bit of the that they have this like test room where you can just fight a random like computer enemy that doesn't move. So I got to mess around with the controls and stuff. It seemed neat. You can do like air dashes with your bubble gum and summon big weapons and such. So I'm excited. I still am going. I'm still kind of driven insane by that news article from GameSpot that was like, it has shared its DNA with Bleeding Edge.
I mean, when you pick that little girl ninja, her ass fills the entire screen.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's really.
You gotta
bizarre.
draw that ass fatter.
Rudy!
The fact people write the articles they do
Yeah.
is constantly confounding.
But I think that's everything I played.
Okay, cool, great. Hey, KZ, what have you been playing?
I played some more Neo 2. Finally got back to that. I'm getting toward the end of it, I guess. I only assume that because I'm on the map where the music seems like it's going in harder than usual, so it has to be. I think it's really good. I think they've really the plot actually started picking up eventually. I feel like it was spinning its wheels for the first like 2 or 3 regions, really. But then when it starts going, I ended up getting engaged with it.
Yeah, I've also been playing more of that. It's still such a hurt for the main character can't speak like that. I feel like it really, really hurts it.
Yeah, it does have that problem where it's just like, give me something, you know?
It's like that's the guy he's known all his life, and now he might be betraying him. Maybe he should say anything.
Nah.
Any
Real astral chain energy.
yes.
Like, no, they're just T-posing.
At least his face can show emotion almost.
Almost?
Almost. It gets a little closer to an astral chain.
Does it have a deadly premonition energy to the facial expressions?
At least when they want me to do a cool thing in a cutscene, I'm like, okay, this looks neat. Like, the models are good. They just needed to animate dialogue
Right.
coming out of the mouth. But otherwise, I'm like, okay, I see where the story is kind of heading, I think. And I think it's been all right. In this last map, they kind of just throw as much extra stuff at you as possible. Where they're like, you want to go out of your way and like fight some of the other characters again, just cause in solo fights as side missions. So I was doing some of that. I hit a level, and I did not realize that they went full video game on this game, where they're like, all right, here's this giant like tapestry, and I'm like, I don't know what this is, and I hold the button, and I don't realize that tapestry is of the snake from the 3rd level, and then they warp me into a room where I have to fight the snake again.
Did you jump into the tapestry and go, woohoo?
It did a spin. It spins the camera and like warped reality, and then boom, I'm fighting that same snake again. And actually before that, they make you fight like the second boss too. So they're actually like using some of the older ones just as level like mini bosses now. I've learned it better now. Now that I'm at the point where it's like, oh, when the 2 little snakes around it detach, I can kill those in one hit, so it's not a problem anymore.
I feel bad
that would be a big help.
that I'm excited because that means I might be a higher level of that soul, because that's still the best soul in the game.
Jesus.
Even though they nerfed it.
Oh, good. I was going to be like, if they had made it useless, I would have been like, and going back to GameStop?
Once again, the comments are correct. Phil hates any game that's hard.
I actually haven't seen that comment. Wow. Either that or I just don't retain completely baseless comments.
Hey, it be like that sometimes.
Feel trying to return his game during the pandemic is like the nothing personal thing from Bleach, where it's just him appearing in front of the clerk and the clerk disappearing to somewhere else.
was like, no, I'm not unlocking the door. And then the deal appears inside.
Yes.
No, what I do is I just walk through the glass. I don't even smash it. I just walk through it.
Like fucking Terminator.
I'm fairly certain the way they nerfed the snake was based on it how much damage it deals, and not the thing that I think is more important, that it shreds through things during like stamina. Because I just want to throw the snake out to make them fall on their knees, and then I slit their throat. There is a boss in like I think it was whatever region Bob was in the last time we talked about this.
North America.
It's the cool set piece boss where you're gonna fight a giant thing.
Are you talking about
It has been a while.
the ox/spider?
I'm talking about a thing that shot eye laser beams. This was just straight up a giant kaiju thing that you fight.
There was one of those in the first?
There was. This one is like, you beat up like one of their hands, and then it knocks them prone, and then you like attack a weak spot and take the third of their health off, and you kind of repeat. Man, did they they can't make these fights with this camera. I don't know what they're doing. It is so bad because they attack you. The way you're angling to try and fight it, you're aimed down, but they're above you. And for my build, I will die in one hit if it hits me with one of its attacks.
Ugh.
Jesus.
So my key to victory was using one of the blue swords that's in the ground that's AI controlled other players, and they just pulled aggro and made it a little easier. But aside from that, it's been really good. I'm excited to see where the rest of this goes. I'm now armed with a even better snake spirit that is level 135.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm excited to see like how this concludes. It's a lot longer than I was expecting, which was nice.
I mean, the first Neo game was also incredibly long, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I kind of just like lost sight of how long that ended up being. And also, when I hit that time skip you talked about last week, boy, is it hilarious.
Yes.
3 years have passed. Nobunaga is now 80 years old.
He's like fully formed in what you expect a painting of Nobunaga to look like.
That's amazing.
Yes, that is great, but his voice actor's still like, I'm Nobunaga. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Dude, you're describing a biopic where it's like, and then he was Steve Jobs as we know him.
Yes.
And it's fucking
Portrayed by Ashton Kutcher.
Yes, exactly. It's Ashton Kutcher with a little bit of makeup for wrinkles.
God, I forgot Ashton Kutcher existed.
You just got punked.
Yeah.
I prefer the Wilder Valderrama show Yo Mama.
Oh,
We talk about that regularly.
What if we didn't, though?
That's always an option. That's all I played, though. I kind of just dive bombed that.
It's not written in news, and I feel like it's pretty relevant to this, so I'll bring it up now. That dude hacked Bloodborne to run at 60 frames per second.
God, that looked really nice.
It looks incredible. He is working with some people right now to get out a larger video that'll look nicer than the blips he uploaded to Twitter, but I've seen source quality stuff. Basically, what he did is he forces the game to run at 720p on a PS4 Pro, and it can run at really close to a locked 60 frames per second. It looks so good. It looks so good. I have tried Bloodborne and passed on the game. I would give it another chance. I would be eager to give it another chance at 60 frames per second. It looks so much better.
It also is like a testament to how much better. I feel that art style was just way better for them. It felt like it was leagues ahead of their other games. It's weird.
Like you think Bloodborne looks much better than Dark Souls 3?
Dark Souls 3 or Sekiro.
I kind of agree with Dark Souls 3. Sekiro I'd need to see more of, but man, that footage is good. It's real.
I think a lot of the locations and the general look is really, really solid. With Bloodborne, I just constantly remember a lot of really samey areas until you get into the late game and they go wacky with it.
But yeah, hopefully with the PS5. They would sell so many if they just fixed this one game.
Yeah.
They could even like kind of soup it up, be like DLC Pack 2, greatest hits version of the game. Try and get people in there.
Yeah.
That has to be in the top 100. There's no way it isn't.
I mean, if it is in the top 100, it still won't run at 60. The game has a weird, broken 30 frames per second cap. Like,
Well, apparently you can rip it out.
apparently. So what we're
So they
saying
can-
is maybe buy a PS5, keep a spare PS5, wait until people crack that thing open. Now you have a 60 frames per second
if it's
1080p.
possible for
blip.
them to do it, surely Sony can do it.
You would think. But yeah, the dude who did this, he actually runs a YouTube channel where he looks into all sorts of cut content for Bloodborne and PT and other Souls-like games like Sekiro. And he was the dude who found out that the villain of God of War, when he falls off that cliff and is supposedly dead, gives you the finger. He hacked the camera to fly it over to the side to show that.
That is good.
It's really good. I'm going to post a link to that article. It is a Kotaku article, but still the image is there, and that image is really good.
Is it like a double cannon or not?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Oh my god, that looks incredible. Oh my
He's like, I broke the camera so I could go look at this. You guys put this in the game, and Cory Barlog just replied with a heart.
It should have just been him going, yes.
He's wearing a headset and looking sideways. Oh man, that's helpful. But yeah, if you look up Lance McDonald on YouTube, he does really good content. It's just all about soul stuff, which I'm not huge into. But seeing Bloodborne run at fucking 60, that's it looks so nice. Anyway, that's all for that. Field, do you have any games you need to talk about?
Yes, I played through all of Trials of Mana that came out last Friday.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
It's really good. It's
Cool.
not like it's not mind blowing. It recreates the game apparently 1-to-1 because I haven't played a whole lot of the original, but I went and watched videos like how does this area look in the original? How much did they cheat and just make something look totally different that they had assets for already? And apparently not at all.
Mm-hmm.
They recreated it pretty 1-1. I'm terrified that they're going to remake Legend of Mana next because they put one thing they did add to the game is you can find little cactus from Legend of Mana all over, and if you find him enough times, he starts giving you rewards. I'm a little scared of that because Legend of Mana is insanely huge as a game.
Yes, it is.
And all the areas are wildly different aesthetically, and you could not use assets from one in another.
At least with that one, they don't have to do 2 characters, though, so that would help.
They do. Legend of Mana
they
has
do
2
have to do 2 characters.
Yeah, they would only
do
have to do 2.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Only 2, not
but
8.
there's like 15 weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot, but just the thought of them doing that's really exciting because that game's really beautiful, and I wish it felt better to play. It's chunky.
It was fun. I think if they just iterate on the combat system one time, it'll be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's almost there. It's just not quite. Some fights still boil down to, I'm going to put the element they're weak to on my weapon and just get in their face and mash the button. But most of the boss fights are more interesting than that. And I thought that the MMO thing where they put down this area is where my attack will hit would get annoying, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It actually works really well. Story's okay. It's nothing like super mind-blowing. I don't think story-wise it can really stand with its contemporaries on the Super Nintendo. It's not bad, but it's just very basic.
Yeah.
And that's probably because there's 3 stories.
Yeah. That complicates things a bit.
Which is also really funny when you meet those characters. Like as when you don't have somebody that fights them as your main character. Because they're just a dick and then leave.
When you select 3 characters like that, you do get to actually complete their 3 campaigns, though, right? Like there's not.
No. You only get the main guy's campaign.
Oh, weird.
They'll have like dialogue because you do intersect with the other 2 in a couple places. And if you have nobody from that story, I guess one will just like run in. Be like, I'm also here. I'm relevant. I matter. And then do nothing. But yeah, it was pretty good. It was good. The new soundtrack was really good. Like, there's some jams in that. And either good songs or just very atmospheric. But yeah, I recommend it. I recommend picking up Trials of Mana. I played it on PS4 because I don't think it'll work out on Switch.
Yeah, it usually doesn't. Usually it runs a little worse.
But apparently it's selling pretty well, so
nice.
We'll almost certainly get a follow-up, because one, like, it'd be really easy for them just to make another Mana game, like a whole new one like this, because you don't really think about it with the Mana series too much, but they have their own, like, set of monsters, and they're all here, like the military ducks, and the giant chess pieces for no reason, and the rabbits with giant teeth. Like, they're all here. So they have and there's always boss reusage. So they have a lot of the assets to make a sequel. Maybe if they use money, they could actually make a remake of Legend of Mana that wouldn't make me sad.
Yeah, I feel like that's very possible. I feel like that's within reach after this. I'm excited for it either way, as someone who's bought every Mana remake so far and plans to go through all three of them back to back on the channel somehow.
That Secret of Mana one.
Yeah. It's weird how all of my childhood friends and bullies wear giant bobbleheads.
I also played Halo. The original Halo.
You got to get ready for Malo. How did you play
right.
it?
I bought the Master Chief Collection on PC.
Ah, cool, great.
Because I don't own anything else that could play it other than maybe the 360, but there's no fucking way that thing will still turn on.
Yeah.
It's been in the closet for 8 years.
Plus, if you think the PS4 is loud, let me introduce you to the 360. That high-pitched ring that comes out of that thing.
It was like a 2009 360 too.
It's rough.
My 360 that I have buried somewhere is an arcade version.
You poor lad.
But yeah, Halo feels really good. I kind of understand why it got real big now.
Yeah, there's a certain layer of, I think Halo did a lot more for first-person shooter storytelling than Half-Life did.
I just started laughing at, okay, Master Chief, I need you to look at these 5 lights.
No.
Now I'm going to invert your controls. Look at the 5 lights again.
Oh, it's even better when you get to 2 and he literally says the thing that I say. I couldn't even not break up and
Now look up.
Now look back down.
Again.
Now look up again.
I think the best one was 4 because it's so far past the pale.
It's
like Cortana's like, now look up at the...
Yeah, look at the ceiling light, Master Chief.
Like, I am in
well, we'll see.
space
We'll see when I get there. I gotta play through all the ones they put out so I can also be disappointed when Infinite comes out.
That's good. That's important. Having context is really important.
I need the context for when I make it my number 2 game of the year.
I think it's funny that one of the Marines is just KZ. Because he gets into the Warthog and gets in the gunner seat and yells, La Bamba! In the whitest voice I've ever heard.
La Bamba!
And then you flip the Warthog and KZ dies.
I was like, oh no.
No!
I shouldn't have been drinking.
Yes, I flipped the Warthog like 47 times in the first level you get to drive it in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is this Looney Tunes momentum?
Yes.
It's really good.
And then when you get out of the cart and can flip it by hand, that's the best thing.
That's the best thing in the world. It's like the Warthog's upside down. You walk up to it and you press RB and it just flips over in the coolest shit. And then it lands on
Master Chief's really
Marine.
strong.
He is really strong.
They used his super strength extensively in the amazing machinima film Haloid.
That wasn't Master Chief. That was a woman in the Master Chief suit, wasn't it?
No, but it's a different canon.
Oh, okay.
It's the Fate canon where everybody's a woman.
Oh no!
That's some shit. But you enjoyed some Halo?
Yes, I also played Brigand Oaxaca.
Excuse you? What?
It is a game made by one man named Brian Lancaster. He spent roughly a decade making it. It is a PC game. His primary development expense, according to him, was marijuana and alcohol to keep him focused as he made the game. It is $6 on Steam. Normally, that's normal. Right now, as we were recording this, it is $3. If you somehow hear this Monday morning, you will be able to buy it for $3 if you get it before, like, the Steam sales roll over.
Yeah.
It is a game that takes place in post-apocalyptic Mexico 100 years after the apocalypse. It's funny. It's funny. I kind of like it. It is insane. It has menus that are bad and make no sense. Everyone looks hideous because he just bought cheap models and bought license-free music. Because he doesn't have that stuff.
Yeah.
Like you have this dude right here named Ozzy.
That dude is shaped like an oil drum.
Is it made on like the Quake engine?
I have no idea. There's no way this is made on any kind of engine. He made this shit from the get.
This reminds me of like screenshots of Deus Ex.
Yes. You have a lot of skills. It's a first person shooter RPG. The game has a certain thing where if you don't put a bunch of points into guns, you die. You know how when you aim a gun in some games and the crosshair will be real big and it'll like go down to show you're taking aim?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you don't have any gun skills, that takes 45 seconds. and it starts enormous.
That's amazing.
I have to give it props because there's melee skills. But apparently the game seems to think, nah, bro, it doesn't matter how much you lift. A gun's a gun.
I respect its commitment to reality.
All NPCs are governed by the exact same rules as you, so it's impossible for you to get enough health to survive more than like 4 hits.
Oof.
It's kind of incredible. I've been going through it using a character that is good. Here's the thing about jank, and why I love jank sometimes. Usually jank is the result of someone having far greater ambition than the ability to realize it. That's usually what causes jank, and that's why I like Euro jank RPGs a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll almost always find something brilliant, and there is at least one brilliant thing in Brigand. So I leveled up my charisma at the start and took the skill, because you level up a skill, and then when it reaches a certain tier, you can buy an ability. It unlocks being able to buy the ability. So I bought an ability called Negotiator. It makes quests give you more money as reward. Now, in any other game ever made, it would just it would be a gameplay abstraction. You'd just get more money. In Brigand, your character complains that they weren't paid enough. Give me more. Every single time they're paid.
What?
That is incredible. That is fantastic. I would love an RPG where you get conversation skills that that give you character traits.
I'm confused. I thought this was an RPG and not a piece of shit simulator.
So it's like I'll give you some money to buy a gun so you can do this job for me, and go, guns are expensive, I need more. And it's not an option. You have to say this, and it always works.
It always works.
That's really funny.
But some are just like, times are tough. Or you're asking me to risk my life for this? And they'll always give you more money. But yeah, you can't really beat $6 to play something baffling and unique. I had to beat a boss. The way I bought the boss was stand completely still and keep pulling the trigger of my Magnum and hope he died first. Because if you move at all, your aim goes to complete shit, even if you have high gun skills.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, we're going to have to check this out.
It's really also, except for the female characters, I think, because it isn't voiced, but sometimes a character will say one sentence voiced, and most major characters will say like a voice clip, the same voice clip whenever you talk to them. Like your first companion will say, "Chaos is watching." No, he says, "Chaos is restless," whenever you talk to him. And I think they're all Brian Lancaster, the dev, doing a voice.
You see what? I want something like that with you, where it's a game where you voice every character.
There's so many suits in movies.
Yes.
But it's incredibly baffling and interesting. So I'm gonna keep playing it a little, at least for a while longer. I played it for like 5 hours. Well, it really is incredibly easy to die. Like if it had it doesn't have quick save. It has save points called beds. And I'm playing that are just beds, and I'm playing on the easiest difficulty where sleeping heals you, because I'm terrified of the higher 2 difficulties, where I think on normal sleeping does not heal you. That's the only difference. And on the hardest difficulty, sleeping doesn't heal you, and you have to eat or you die. It has a hunger system.
Jesus
Here's how crazy Brian Lancaster is. At launch, the game had no compass. He made a skybox with consistent stars.
Why would you
have
be
to navigate
the world by star? Are you in an ocean?
No, but you don't have a compass. He put in a compass, but you have to opt into the compass. You have to pick it up on a table. Also, there's a map, but it's like a real world map. It does not show where you are.
Yeah, that's cool.
And you have to sacrifice one of 10 inventory slots to carry it. It's a physical object you have to carry.
Good. That's how it should be.
But it's incredible. It's like some guy who's like, I gotta make Fallout 1 harder. He made his own game while high the entire time. I think that's incredible.
That's a commitment to art, that's for sure. And so you said this game was on Steam. How much was it?
It's $3 right now. It is $6 normally.
And the name of the game?
Brigand Oaxaca, Oaxaca.
Oh man, what a nightmare to spell. Okay.
It has it is very positive in all reviews on Steam.
Of course it is. Oh man, fuck yeah. Yep, that sure is $3.
But that's all I played.
Well, that's good. That means it's time for the more powerful than ever Podlords.
Oh fuck, the Bleach Lords.
Oh man, it's the substitute Podlords.
The Podlords for this episode of the Big Think Dimension are Danny Richardson, E. Lee Broyles, Good Gotcha, and it's got a picture of the chicks from Ape Escape Move. Chad Warden, Dank,
Gay-Lo.
Feel, why you playing Gay-Lo?
P.S. Quintuple.
Not Gag. Red Blaze 27.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Is that their name? Is their name just
Johnny Gact?
He dies unceremoniously off screen in the start of Saints Row 3.
That's not accurate then, because Gact is immortal.
Suzu Shiro, Emperor Zero, Shibuya Gungaga,
Me? Going gaga.
Oh god, it's a new one. Here, have a chalky milk, cause you're gungaka.
This is painful.
The musical number where Dan, Bob, and KZ fist fight movie suit. Funky Kong compliments you on something I'm not gonna say. There is a line. Lady Popcorn.
Oh, what is it? I want to know.
KZ is fed up with JRPG dunk views. I call that limit break.
I don't even know what that image is a reference to.
I have no idea.
I have no idea what a reference is. I have not seen a JRPG dunk view. I just assumed one was out and said that their videos were bad.
I'm trying to figure out who that is. It looks like... I don't know. I have no idea.
An essential employee reminding you that a face mask doesn't do anything if you take it off to talk, you horrible mutants.
Every time I go grocery shopping, it's like, it doesn't work if it's not over your nose.
Oh my god, we're so doomed.
The Cess is going to dox all the patrons who didn't choose noobs for Cursed Content Club. Notice something different about Sessler's face, Bob?
Yeah, he looks better.
Yeah, he looks better.
I'm glad he got over his coke problem.
Holy shit.
Xenosaga, you can not get a remaster.
That is true. You cannot.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's doing that for you. That's rough.
I laughed so hard at Harada saying, it's not viable, so we're never doing it.
WTF Spider-Man. I like spam. Sorry, I almost got casual with you there. Should have left the Mister in. John. It's just John. Hey guys.
Thank you, John.
Hi. It's me, John. How are you guys doing?
Oh, is this some? Oh God, it's a stock photo.
Sup,
Is
John?
he related to the stock photo of the old guy? You know the one I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. Hello there.
You mean the heart attack man?
It's me, your pod lord.
No, not internet story.
Unknown artwork. Bob Toaster's favorite dinosaur, the K-Rex, one of the greatest carnivores of the past. Hashtag we also oh my god, this is a mess. Okay, Podlords, there's a flow to this. Please don't do word salad at the end of your name. Look at this. It's a fucking
Hashtag we also stand Taito's Dino Rex.
and then it's running off the screen. Jesus
Of course,
Christ.
it's got Karnov in there.
Of course, that's really important.
Badass.
Yeah, carnivore.
Okay, somehow I missed this while preliminary doing this. Oh, well. The ever-looming sense of dread for the Bleach podcast. Hashtag Hueco Mundo Cool.
It's not. It's not looming anymore.
It's not.
Here.
It is
nothing.
here.
Look at him.
Personal to us.
He's blocking our path.
Can't believe he did that. What the fuck are these photoshops? Dan, the great and powerful wizard of the move. I appreciate this artwork. I
love the highest quality photo of you.
What was that wizard move game? Wonder Book?
Wonder Book, yeah.
There was another one that was just you played as a wizard.
Oh, yeah, there was that other one. Man, what was the name of that?
This is all my fault because I'm the one that tweeted a photo of you pointing your move controller like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can use
What?
this.
Who was the person playing Wonder Book, Dan, where it's like, good job, Johnny, or something like that, that became a meme for a little bit, they said at the conference.
I'm going to be honest. My brain died when the Wonder Book segment just wouldn't end.
Please look forward to the PS5 event.
Ergies, but instead of the sound, it goes spear. It's good. It is good. Muck bun. Huh. should have lived.exe, and he has the picture of the green stabby lizard. I don't know what this is from though. This artwork is not from 7 Remake.
Oh, the Tomberry?
Yeah, the Tonberry. I was kind of afraid it would be the Tonberry drone, but it was not.
They're T-posing, so I imagine he had somebody make it.
It's fantastic. A shiny Mew has appeared in time for Bleach. Santi Kunai. Chase Ray. Cherubi Blast. As a reader of the 100% factual GigaBoots wiki, I humbly request that Mr. Field bestow upon me the pass.
Yeah, when the wiki was still up where it said, according to KC, Feel is black.
I mean, I can tell you whatever you want. You want me to tell you you can say it? Sure, go ahead. I'm not responsible.
That's just like the post from fucking... where it was like this person's pass policy. I said I'd get you in, not get you out.
Yes.
I can tell you anything you want.
Bleach soon, boyos. Toad's pitch-adjusted KZ saying Super Mario tunes.
Super Mario.
And last but not least, ever notice how KZ excellent could mean Kenpachi Zareki excellent?
No! It is really great to see that we're already getting ideas for our Bleach podcast.
Thank you very much to our podlords.
Thank you,
Podlords.
Yeah,
Thank you more than ever this time.
I put out a call to action. I put out a video promoting our network, as I have not done that on my channel for over a year. I saw we were $130 away from our Bleach podcast goal, so I added everyone in my Discord saying, if you want this, give us some money right fucking now.
Yes, you've unlocked your Shinigami powers.
We have achieved podcast Bankai.
I'd like to say, when I initially pitched the Bleach podcast, the joke was that the sum was ridiculous.
True. Meanwhile, Dan thought it was entirely realistic. That's why he wrote in the incentive. Some dumb asshole said we do a Bleach podcast.
I don't think Dan expected in any dimension for it to get that high this fast.
Not to say it's not appreciated, but yes, I did.
Oh, really?
I have pretty good ideas of metrics and things for Patreons, but needless to say, we have gotten an amazing support from the community, and I'm incredibly appreciative that now I can know what a Zanpakuto is.
Yes.
Wait till you see the Vizords.
And if you would like to ensure the Bleach podcast comes out on schedule every single month, all you have to do is go to patreon.com/GB podcast. For as little as $5 a month, you get access to many bonuses, such as Cursed Content Club commentary tracks, where we watch bad movies, Cursed Content by Committee, the show where you vote on which bad movie we watch, extended armchair dev pitches where people actually get to tell you the ideas for games, early access to Mondo Cool, and presumably early access to Bleach, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. That's okay. We're here to announce the name of our upcoming Bleach podcast, and the name we didn't go with as well.
Good.
But first, that is patreon.com/GB podcast.
Patreon.com/GB podcast.
We have to continue to hit that 3,500 mark as we go to keep it happening.
It's true.
Yeah, we're not going to keep doing this.
Cool.
Because you guys need to understand, we love doing this work. It is still a lot of work.
Yes.
It is.
Like in the freak accident, it's like we hit the mark, and they're like, "Why'd you stop doing it?" It's because we lost $1,300. Why would we still keep doing it?
We're fucked. That's why.
Don't worry. All you have to do is keep that number above $3,500 for the rest of our natural lives, and we will maybe finish all of Bleach.
I immediately got someone saying, "Are you gonna do Kubo's other work?" Someone's like, "Yo, you gonna review Zombie Powder?" I'm like, "No, we're not
Jesus
gonna
Christ.
review Zombie Powder."
Sure. I'll read Zombie Powder and talk about it next week. It's 27 chapters.
God damn it!
I've already read it, but I'll reread it.
The Zombie Powder spoiler cast.
But we're not guaranteeing that for anyone.
Yeah, no, this is a joke. Anyways, we're here to announce the name of the upcoming Bleach podcast wherein we watch Bleach and we do a podcast is going to be called Chugging Bleach. We hope you look forward to Chugging Bleach with the GigaBoots crew. It is going to be very exciting. The other name was going to be Bleach in My Eyes. Or Bleach in Our Eyes, undecided. But I determined that when you Google the name of our podcast, Google should probably not act like you're dying trying to get you medical advice.
Another name I floated to KZ, but sadly did not work out or could not work out, is 5 Ambulances. Sadly, we only have 4 people.
Damn. But yes, look forward to Chugging Bleach. It'll be going up eventually.
We'll work it out.
Don't worry.
We have nothing. We have nothing for this show yet. Why did this goal hit?
Actually, don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we got this solved. But before we can get into news, we have to go to our man on the street, Dr. Aggro, to talk about the new Assassin's Creed Valhalla trailer. Glad to have you here with us, Dr. Aggro.
Yeah, well, that makes one of us at this point.
So, I take it everyone here has watched the cinematic world premiere trailer for Assassin's Creed Valhalla coming out this holiday 2020.
Of course.
Yes.
Sure, let's go with that.
Come on.
Now, I have some questions, Dr. Aggro, and I'm going to trust you when you answer them, and I'm not going to question your answers for a single second.
Oh my.
Here's this loaded gun, Dr. Aggro. Now then. This trailer basically opens with the Vikings being accused of being rapists and terrible monsters who kill women and children, and the British invented it. Now, first question, is this remotely placed within reality historically? And second question, how do you feel about the British being the enemy again?
I mean, as a red-blooded American, I'm always in favor of the British being the enemy. We will never, ever forgive them for that time they completely reasonably taxed us and set borders on our colonies. Fuck those guys.
I know, right? Fucking unreasonable.
If I see a single fucking U in a place it doesn't belong.
So, okay, here's the thing about fucking Vikings.
Watched a lot of porn, did you?
There's a whole lot of historical back and forth on how we're supposed to view these people, but as someone who gets called Viking all the time in his daily life, people from Fennoscandia are a thing, and the specific persons from that area who went a Viking are something else. And the ones who went a Viking, were really good at it. So to everybody but them, they were horrible murder monsters.
So what you're saying is really, it's good that this game is maybe taking a narrative, more sympathetic tone, because they were just too effective. Like, you couldn't make this game and have them be fully effective like they were in real life. That wouldn't work for the game. You would need to slow it down with sympathy. Otherwise, you'd burn through the game in like an hour.
I mean, like you're talking about the conceit that Ubisoft's going to write this game with any level of sophistication or genuineness. So I don't know what the fuck you're trying to get at here.
Yes, this is
Gonna have depth.
This is the deep, disingenuous undertone of this entire segment.
You just have to look at this trailer to like, yep, we paid a bunch of people to look up Getty images of this time period, but we're not really going to give a shit about any of the actual context.
Yeah, that's always the great thing about this. I sit here and I think, how long did this game take to develop, and was that Viking show really taking off at the exact time they needed to greenlight this?
It was.
Yeah, that was my
the
first
guy
thought.
behind For Honor might be working on this. Because
That's
he left
the
For
impression
Honor-
I got. Yeah, from all the Sudden
He
Who helmets.
I'd be
He le-
shocked
he
because I'm pretty sure he left Ubisoft like a month after that game launched.
But it was very
I
honorable.
think he just was taken off that game. I think he's still there. I might be wrong.
Pretty sure he
Also-
works at Guild Wars 2 now.
Also, here's what sucked any enthusiasm for this game that I had out of my lungs.
Okay.
Where you keep your game enthusiasm.
The whole thing's in Britain.
Right.
I want to fucking be in Britain, even virtually.
Going down, being in Britain.
I've heard there are locations on the continent, but I mean, we're talking like 9th century. That's Alfred the Great. So we're doing the whole establishing the Danelaw thing. So that's really where you want to be in that century.
But I'm playing as Viking. I want to boat around anywhere I want.
Yeah.
I want to boat around and pillage snowy villages, not kill people, eat drinking tea, and eating crumpets.
Gonna climb into my 15th century tall ship and just sail across the channel.
Yes.
Look,
Exactly.
This game is a failure if it doesn't have the scene from Vinland Saga where the guys carry their boats over the mountain to attack a village on a lake from the lake.
Look, in my head, Vikings party rocked across the world, fucking and killing everything. As such, I think this should be the world tour Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, this should be Black Flag 2.
I mean, it should, Bob. You're right. It took an entire generation of games for people to finally go, yeah, that was one of the better ones. And I was like, okay, I'm not used to agreeing with people and their opinions on Assassin's Creed, but I'm glad people are coming around on Black Flag. I feel like this might not have the joyous tone of Black Flag.
No, for Ubisoft to do anything interesting like exploring Viking trade routes down through the Rusland and into Arabia, they would have had to have, let me check my notes, read a book.
Well, we're not going to do that.
Not today, mister.
So this trailer, like it starts up and the guy's narrating and like it turns out it's fucking Alfred the Great. And like, boom, big splash shot. Oh, fuck, that's Alfred the Great. Maybe this game's going to be really historically accurate. No, here come the Viking costumes.
They're cool.
Everybody's got studded leather for no reason, giant We're the Barbarians in the opera fur wraps around their shoulders, axes with huge, thick, way too thick heads studded on the back with ball peens for some reason, ornamental rings on the haft. All the hafts are shaped like modern fire axe handles to the point where when I saw the tweet this trailer was launching, I thought it was a sequel to God of War.
Look, Aggro, they don't have to be even slightly historically accurate because in universe, it's just a shitty game made by the Abstergo Corporation. They have given themselves an excuse by making their game a game inside the game.
But I mean, like, if it's designed to, I don't know, mind control or trick people, maybe not have Alfred's army led by a guy in Dacian mail with a 15th century broadsword and some kind of Sutton Hoo Roman conglomeration helmet on. What the fuck is this guy?
Dr. Aggro wakes up from the wool that's been pulled over his eyes in this Assassin's Creed universe because this isn't time period appropriate.
All I can say is Hard Drive Mag's article would have been better if it was real. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, designed, developed, and produced by multicultural team of various weird sword dudes.
Absolutely.
That's really accurate.
I mean, on the whole, aesthetically, at this point in time, everything is going to look like For Honor or that History Channel Viking show, and it's better than when everything looked like fucking Wagner opera. So I will take that lowercase W to the bank.
Yes, enjoy your C.
The good part will be because sometimes they do random bullshit, like you can fight Anubis in Origins, the Egyptian one. They're just gonna put in a random event where you can fight Thor.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely happening. Tyr and Balder confirmed immediately.
In the trailer, they did say like Odin's with us, right? Like when the bird arrives.
He saw Odin on the battlefield.
So here's my thought. In the game, they finish the battle. Odin appears in full human form and goes, "Congratulations on that great battle."
I thought, fuck, man, because he's like, Odin's with us, and then he just starts getting his ass kicked, and I'm like, oh, we're going to learn today that Odin is the god of battle, not the god of victory.
Oh, man, that would be fucking good.
With Assassin's Creed, occasionally we'll do crossover stuff. I mean, Final Fantasy 15 did an event with them. And in that, the villain of Final Fantasy 15 shows up in, like, I think the Egypt Assassin's Creed game.
My God.
Yeah, it was Origin
And-
because they had
And
the,
there are, like, ugly chocobo monsters and stuff.
Oh,
My
no,
question
you could get a
is-
chocobo. You could get a chocobo, but all it was a chocobo head and a feather texture put on the camel, so it looked fucking horrifying.
It did. My question here is, will you fight Sephiroth in Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
KZ, ratchet that down. The crossover you're going to see is skins of these assholes in For Honor.
Yeah.
I want to see Odin Shrum Final Fantasy summon. Just take out a whole battlefield of dudes.
Yes!
Just Zantetsukaning entire armies.
Yes.
I don't know if we'll get that this time because I don't think Square Enix is like, we have to recoup anything for more eyeballs.
You see, what you can do is you can parry Odin, but because Ubisoft games have so much input lag on them, you'll never be able to do it.
I wonder if this is going to be identical to the last two games. If they're sticking with that formula completely, or if it's going to be a little bit more different.
They say you're going to have a hub, so it won't be like the other
like
two
a village building thing.
where you just go through the MMO style map that has levels on it. So hopefully it'll be a little more interesting, and hopefully the combination of the PS5 and an OLED will make it feel halfway good to control.
I wouldn't count on it, but yeah, that's the dream.
That's the dream. Oh, man.
He's got the fucking stabby blade on the top of his wrist for no fucking
It's mixed
The
with an
closer we get-
assassin.
The closer we get to actual Templars existing, the weirder this whole fucking thing is. Got like teeth and shit tied to his random leather gauntlet. Fuck this game.
I saw this trailer and I'm like, I've literally never wanted to see anything more than Aggro play this game.
Yeah, like a full Let's Play.
That would just be way
Oh
too
my
hilarious.
God.
He's crying.
As you can
I'm
see,
already crying.
as you can see, we've run out of whiskey, so that's it for today's live stream.
Oh, no.
Anyway, any closing comments before we go and do the rest of our news, Dr. Aggro?
You know, I hear the argument from people who get paid to produce media a lot that, you know, I understand that historical accuracy is important to some people, but, you know, we're creating art and this is about what looks good on screen. And that is such a lame dick bullshit thing to say. It doesn't mean anything. Just get your shit right. It's not fucking hard. You will make the world a better place to live in.
No, they're not interested in that.
Also, I think we're about 2 centuries too early for kite shields.
Okay, good closing statement. Thank you, Dr. Aggro, for coming on for this segment.
It's time for your favorite segment, that filler thing that I added from last episode.
Do we
Okay,
have to do
sure,
that
bring
every
it on.
episode?
Right?
Yes, I've decided that we needed something to break up the excitement.
He's editing
And
it. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, I can do it. I can do whatever
It's
I
now
want. I
3
edit this
hours
shit.
long. That's fine, though.
Fucking, that's good. Hey, my pay's gonna be higher this month. We were doing really well. Worth it. So, I had a little bit less time this time. So we'll be doing the same game concept, but in the future I'm going to try and shuffle different things that we can do as fun little exercises. For people who didn't see last week's, the premise is simple. I go on Metacritic and find review blurbs for video games, and you have to guess between one of the 2 games that I list, and you have to figure out which one the review belongs to. I would also like to thank Shibuya for contributing at least one of these that I used. The other ones felt a little bit too obvious as to which one would be the correct answer. So let's get started. First up, this is an explosive and colorful beat-em-up, which is fun and spectacular for newbies, while addictive and deep for veterans. It lacks on variety and characters, but still is the best game of the genre. Now, am I talking about Street Fighter V or Guilty Gear Xrd? Xrd? Xrd?
Exard.
Xrd.
I'm going to say Guilty Gear.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say Street Fighter.
The fucking Brits.
It's not even a beat 'em up, but whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Exard.
You're correct. It's Exard.
Of course. Of course it is.
I was shocked when I saw Beat 'em Up and went, what?
The Brits do that.
Oh. Our next one.
Part of the reason they go to hell for being British.
You're correct. Next one is, sure, you won't be spending Final Fantasy X caliber time with it, but it's a good way to kill a dozen or so hours. Am I talking about 007 Nightfire or Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny?
Onimusha 2.
I'm going to go Onimusha 2 as well.
Onimusha 2.
That is correct.
It has a
Onimusha 2 is
samurai.
good.
It's probably an RPG. I don't know.
Right? This is like, there has to be some connection here.
I think Onimusha 2 might be my favorite one, actually.
But that doesn't even have Jean Reno.
No, but it has like 8 other different actors ensuring it will never be re-released.
All right.
Including one who's dead.
This is genuinely the first time I've ever been hooked on an online competitive game. Am I talking about Bleeding Edge or Dissidia Final Fantasy NT?
These are both horrible.
Yeah, I'm about to go get a fucking glass of whiskey. This sucks.
The poisoned bullet.
Bleeding Edge, because that's actually the least horrifying option.
I'll also go Bleeding Edge just because that's one of those games that reviewers might like. Like, they're mutant people, so it's possible.
Dissidia NT.
Dan is right. It's Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. Thank you, Shibuya, for submitting this
So
question.
here's why I thought this, Bob. Let me explain
Okay.
my logic. The phrase was, this is the first time I got hooked in an online game like this, right?
Right.
That sounds like a person who plays a lot of single-player games. That sounds like someone who might know Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Yeah. That sounds like a person who has reasonable rocks in their brain that just crumble together in just the right formation to make a terrible sentence about a game.
All right, the fourth one. While I did get some enjoyment from playing it, especially the first 20 hours or so, I'm left craving something more substantial.
Sonic
Probably
2.
something that involved something. What?
Just after the other week with 80 hours of great fun, Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh, God.
I'm losing it.
All right, let me get it again. While I did get some enjoyment from playing it, especially the first 20 hours or so, I'm left craving something more substantial. Probably something that involves the words fantasy and final. Now, am I talking about Dragon Quest VIII or The Last Story?
Dragon Quest VIII.
Dragon Quest VIII, which is stupid beyond belief.
Right, it's Dragon Quest 8, but it shouldn't be.
It's by far the
Yeah, it is
stupidest
Dragon
option.
Quest VIII. You're correct.
Yeah.
God, Dragon Quest VIII is a fucking goat.
Right? That's better than any Final Fantasy game they gave on the PS2.
Dragon Quest VIII is phenomenal.
Yeah, that game's incredible. I played.
Yeah, I think I got this from a review that gave it like a 4.
I played the
Polished
demo
to
for
an
that game for 20
immaculate
hours.
shine.
What?
It's like
I
a
played it.
perfect. It's so polished. It's a perfectly smooth glass ball.
Yes. Good.
Yeah, I remember playing a demo for that where if you idled for longer than like a minute and a half, it just ended.
Oh.
So I desperately had to run back and forth if I had to go do something and then immediately like hit the stick. And it like makes you do that waterfall dungeon early on. And I did it and I went, this is great. And I've never played it since, but it seems great.
Yeah, Dragon Quest VIII's really great.
I hope they put it out on
One day.
on modern platforms.
What?
The last one.
What did they include that demo with? I can't remember, because Final Fantasy 12, I feel like it came as a demo for
It
Final
wasn't
Fantasy 12.
It
Final
wasn't
Fantasy 12, a demo of 12 was with Dragon Quest VIII.
Right.
you have it
Yeah,
backwards.
man, where did we get the Dragon Quest 8 demo
I
then?
did buy a physical copy of Dragon Quest VIII like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that is a great
And it-
question. Where the hell did we get that demo for
You
Dragon
could.
Quest
You
VIII?
could. You could. Oh, I think it was on Shonen Jump.
Maybe I bought an issue of Shonen Jump and it came with the disc. Maybe I did that.
I think maybe you did it to get that demo.
Right? Let me...
I got mine in like a demo pack from like a gaming magazine that I definitely didn't rip out of the plastic of the magazine from a Winn-Dixie.
Yeah, and you would never. He would
Yeah,
never.
that's where it came from. Wikipedia
All right.
says.
All right, now I know.
Neat. Well, I got one more here.
Okay.
I had to go for one of those ones that's trying to be big brain by having the blurb be long. So let's see if you can get this. I'd be lying if I said that I didn't have fun with this game, because it kept me entertained for 30 hours. Not on a superior level, but on a good, technically flawless one, whose objective quality one must be soberly recognized. But it has never affected me emotionally in that time, never surprised me, never gave me the feeling that I just played something special, something unique, or something remarkable. Am I talking about, Shadow of Mordor or Assassin's Creed Syndicate?
This is impossible.
They're both white bread.
You're not talking about either of them. That doesn't
That's why I saved
describe
this one
either.
for last. I knew it was a good one.
Jesus.
I'm gonna say Mordor.
I'm gonna say Mordor.
I'm gonna say Gears of War 2.
This is so bad.
I'm gonna say Banjo Tooie.
No.
Shit.
I mean, Syndicate is so bad, like on a technical level, I feel like that statement can't possibly apply.
That's what makes it so appealing to say.
I know.
Syndicate wasn't the broken one, it was Unity that was the broken one.
Syndicate was so real broken.
I'm gonna say Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
The answer was Shadow of Mordor.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, that makes way more sense.
Got this from GameStar, what I believe is a Dutch outlet.
At least I didn't recognize any of these on first hearing them.
That's good.
Yeah, I enjoyed Syndicate. I like that one. That's the one where you play as two characters, right?
Yeah, and then you get on a train and the game breaks.
Yep.
It just
I don't
doesn't
remember
load
the
in
game
half
breaking, but it's been so long.
Yeah,
Like,
that-
I played that at launch.
That made me lose it, Bob.
It was so bad.
Did we save a video of that? Do
I
you know?
don't remember. Every moment of that game was breaking in some way.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I was like, but I thought this was better
Because
now.
I remember Unity being a nightmare, and then this one came out and people went, it's alright, but Assassin's Creed has been shitting its pants, and then the series died and became an RPG.
Sort of.
Hey, it's doing something. I've heard great things from people about it.
It's true. We
That's
heard
it.
great things earlier. Well, with that segment over, it's time to finally get into the news.
All right.
Top of the news, biggest, most important thing in gaming news this week. Them's Fighting Herds just hit 1.0 and is out for sale right now on Humble Bundle
neat.
and Steam.
Cool. I already own that, so maybe now it'll be better somehow.
It's
assume.
$15. It has GGPO. It runs on the Skullgirls engine. Pretty interesting.
Oh man, I remember that. Where it was like a My Little Pony fighting is magic, and then they got the Skullgirls stuff. Then
They
they
got
changed it.
no, what
They
happened is it was like here's the MLP fighting game. Hasbro went, no, there isn't. And they said, we're converting it to an original game, and Lauren Faust is doing the character designs for us because she feels bad we got owned.
Yeah, and that game actually looks really good as someone who's not huge in My Little Pony or anything like that. That game looks really slick. They have a trailer up. Go check it out. We already talked about the Bloodborne thing. Now,
Bob,
what's up? Oh, I did that.
why
I
is
did
your
that.
news
That's
so
not-
big?
I did,
Did you
I
copy
did that. I
paste it from
sabotaged
site?
them.
Why is it so huge?
Because
the biggest news of the week, Casey.
biggest news of the week: Umihara Kalase, fresh, coming to PC on May 28th. Bob didn't actually put that there. I put that there. But hey, Bob,
Hey, what's up, Dan?
I'll edit
that's
this in.
that's in the West. That's coming to PC in the West on May 28th. Apparently, it's also coming on PS4, but there's no word on when yet.
Okay.
But the back end stuff in the PlayStation stores are already built.
Great.
It'll be great in PS5.
Well, it'd be nice to play that game with trophies. That's about it. I mean, it's already out on Switch. It was all right.
I am interested in playing it on non-Switch platforms. And I think more people should get into Umihara.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty cool series.
This is definitely a much better way to approach it than Bazooka.
But those last two things, were just jokes. Here's the biggest news of the week. Stadia did their Stadia Connect on Tuesday.
Me and Bob did
You watched that live.
Yeah,
Yes.
we have a live reaction up on the
All 16 minutes.
main GigaBoots channel, of course. Our stream is twice as long as the actual event. It is 33 minutes.
3 times as long.
Well,
Did you spend at least a third of that looking for the...
Yeah, there was the,
Yeah,
there was
'cause
the
they
trying to find it thing first.
They didn't post a link to it because it wasn't a premiere live stream. It was a video, and they can't post a link to a video ahead of the video coming out.
Yeah, they just
Without-
They had
posted
not
the whole
privated it.
video. That's
They just
insane.
posted the whole video a little bit late for when they said it would go live. That sucked. But please feel free to watch that. We had stunning new announcements like PUBG and Octopath Traveler are coming to the Stadia. They're there now. It's
Whoa.
very cool.
PUBG on Stadia has to be an otherworldly nightmare.
I imagine. But I've been told by a lot of people who replied to my Stadia tweet where I pointed out that the trailer for Deadly Premonitions 2 got twice as many views as the Stadia Connect in an equal amount of time that, you know, Deadly Premonition is a huge IP on a Nintendo platform. So it makes sense that it got twice as many views as Google's
Swery is
entire
honored.
gaming platform.
I swear he is the biggest director in the gaming industry. He's basically Kojima and,
Yeah. And there was a huge
and
marketing
Neil
leading
Druckmann like teamed up into one person.
it rolled up all into one tour. It's
But
amazing.
weren't up their own ass.
Incredible. Those tweets were
Where he has
incredible.
never seen a James Bond film.
Thank you, Stadia stands.
Sure.
Yeah, that trailer, by the way, is hilariously just the Skyfall intro. It's,
it's so weird.
funny. It's so funny.
Not even an old one. It's the new, like the
Yeah.
Yes.
one.
Yeah, it's like the funniest thing is I got a reply from someone who was like, I don't think it's that ripped off. Like, it's the whole thing.
Did you look?
Well, it can't be a ripoff. He's never seen a James Bond film. He's never seen Twin Peaks.
I do appreciate that reply.
Oh my
It's
god, this is exactly the same.
Yeah. No, this wasn't Dan Says a Thing. It is a bubblegum song.
Fresh make gum.
Fresh mint gum. Anyways, we also got the earth-shattering announcement, Bob,
Yes.
that we're getting 5 whole EA games.
Oh my god.
I can't believe how many
lost
people.
my mind.
I lost it. How many people shared this news like it was important?
I think the best part was we have Jedi Fallen Order coming in fall.
That's what kills me. Like, it coming out, like, cool, I guess it's going to be out now. What do you mean fall? Are you... like,
What? The Stadia will surely defeat the PS5 with Jedi Fallen Order, a version that looks worse, runs worse, and controls like a nightmare.
And will
man,
cost twice
Dan,
as much.
You thought you had a bad experience on the Xbox version of Jedi Fallen Order.
Everyone's gonna start T-posing and clipping through walls. I'm gonna be
The
honest.
map won't load, ever.
I would love to compare Google Stadia's Jedi Fallen Order against the Xbox Series X and the PS5 version.
That'll be something, man.
It'll be fucking incredible.
Oh, Dan, I have a fantastic concept for a video for you.
Yeah?
Compare PS5 load times to Stadia load times, which theoretically shouldn't exist.
I'm 100% doing that because if for those who aren't keeping track, Google said they had the most powerful platform in the world and that SSDs make it so games don't have to load. Their platform is listed at the same power level in teraflops as the PS5. So in theory, they should take just as long to load as each other and run about as well. Let's see how that turns out.
Now, do you agree with my gamer premonition? I sent it to Bob this week where he was talking about the EA games because there's still some ones we don't know about.
Yes, they're the
Yeah,
two mystery
And my,
games.
and my premonition is that one of them just will never materialize ever or will be released on Stadia.
These aren't going to be new games. It's 2 other ports.
I know, but they will still fail to port something.
I think,
Yes, they
Casey, that could actually happen, yeah.
Yeah,
But the games they announced were Jedi Fallen Order coming in fall, FIFA and Madden coming in question mark, and then 2 mystery games. Guys, imagine Microsoft. Just imagine Microsoft coming out. The Xbox Series X is new, and they're like, guys, we got 5 EA games. 5.
This is really funny because this is like the sloppy seconds for cloud gaming EA. Because you remember, like last year during the, I think it was Expo 19 when the EA Sports Homunculus came out.
Yes.
To talk about xCloud and Madden.
I think that was this year.
Was that this year?
It
No, that was
year,
last
pretty
year.
sure.
That,
Was it?
pretty sure.
Yeah, because it was he was one of our nominees at Big Thing Game of the Year.
Oh, yes, he
EA
was.
Homunculus.
Yeah, and they made the commitment to the xCloud platform then. And now they're doing it again for Stadia. But they're not even doing that strong of a commitment. They're like, you get 5 games.
2 of them are mystery.
2
of them don't have dates or anything.
One of them will be Anthem.
I was thinking that they would both be sports titles because that would really line up. But what if there are just super old things like Anthem or Battlefield Hardline?
Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Oh my God. Could you imagine that the new Battlefield, the one that's coming out in 2021, designed for next-gen consoles, is shipping on Stadia?
Oh,
Does EA do sports other than Madden and FIFA? I thought like 2K had baseball and basketball.
they've got UFC and they've got NHL.
Okay. The funny thing is they have done basketball. It's just they make a version that's so bad and they never try on it that the only time you hear about it is like, oh, they put out one of those. It's a joke.
Yeah, they basically put it out every other year. The thought is they're going to fix it in those extra year of development, but they never actually do.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like WWE 2K. It's like, maybe they'll get better this next time.
I still, like, it's way better than those, though, because I still have customers, like, they like the mechanics in NBA Live, and they will substitute the 2K for it, because 2K is literally a money hole now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
Are you telling me that predatory monetization methods are squeezing out their market? Weird.
What? No way.
You mean when you want people to spend $3,500 a year to play your game, anything remoting competitively, people just don't buy your game? Wow. Shock.
Yes, shocking. But that's it for the Stadia news. We had a leak early on that the Xbox Series X game showcase was going to happen next week, as in the week this goes up. But it turns out the leak was correct. It's happening next Thursday. So 3 days after this goes up, look forward to that Xbox Series X game showcase. Are you guys excited?
Yeah, they said that it was going to be predominantly third party.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Have you heard them?
Also, that's going to be where the Assassin's Creed gameplay trailer is, because they said one was coming out next week. That's obviously where it's going to be.
Dan, are we going to live stream this?
Indistinguishable from
100%. We will be live streaming this. Please keep an eye out on twitch.tv/GigaBoots because
it'll look indistinguishable from any game this gen.
I hope not. I hope it looks even a little bit better.
Do you think they'll do one of those things where you know how like they do like a diagonal pan to show like an improvement in quality? They'll do that like 7 times for each SKU. Like
that is the Darumaka of fucking tech showcase videos, where it's just like, and then we remove a layer, and then we remove a layer, and then we remove a layer.
Xbox One pan, Xbox One S pan.
You turn the page, you wash your hands.
You turn
the page.
Xbox Series L pan PC pan Xbox Series X.
Windows Phone.
I'm legitimately very excited for this event, Bob.
Yeah, no, this is the most exciting event this year so far.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is an event meant to show games on new consoles.
At least until Sony does theirs the week after and just executes them on stage.
Right, and I'm not sure if I'm as hype as I was for Mark Cerny telling me about the PS4 from his bathtub. Or sorry, PS5.
They can do whatever they want. Just I need them to make sure that if they're going to do an event showing something, do not do it on a Friday.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
We'll just change our recording schedule and die.
Yes. That's all.
That is the order of events. We'll change our recording
That
schedule and
was
then we'll
Field
die.
this week. He went, do we have to record Big Think on Saturday? Oh, it's Thursday, not Friday.
Thank God.
Yeah, I got dates mixed up.
But yeah, that's going to be May 7th at 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Time. So keep an eye out.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, 8 a.m.
Not like Nintendo where they're like, we're going to show you information about this game at 5 in the morning.
Wake up, gamers.
When Assassin's Creed did that this morning.
Luckily, you won't have to put up with Nintendo doing that for a few months.
Oh, why's that?
Because Nintendo isn't doing an E3 Direct this year because work for home adjusting to work for home due to the big sickie has fucked up all their timelines, so they probably won't do a Direct until the end of the summer. All those insufferable Twitter accounts are going to be even worse.
I'm really glad I live in a world completely oblivious to these people.
True.
I hear nothing
I basically
but people...
only see the people mad at them.
Exactly. Like, that's exactly what I'm seeing. I saw someone who was like, if you're upset about this Nintendo Direct stuff with everything that's going on, you need to get your priorities straight. And I'm like, look, if somebody fucked up my Taco Bell order, at that moment, I'm pissed at them, not the pandemic.
Also, let's not pretend you wouldn't bitch at those people anyway, regardless of a pandemic.
Well, I mean, I still would, but they all said they deserve it. Luckily, I won't see that much because Stealth blocked me for implying that he was waiting for the Switch port for the visual novel Please Bang My Wife.
I swear to God, I thought he was going to say the pandemic. I was waiting for the Switch port of the pandemic.
Okay, so it wasn't just me.
Okay, yeah, no. But hey, we missed the megaton news about Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yes, I need to make sure to mark it specifically that, of course, it supports Xbox Series X's smart delivery.
Now, put your pencils down. Who knew what smart delivery was?
If you didn't Google
I
it
did.
or wiki it or anything.
I knew what it was because I needed to look it up the second I saw it because that tells me nothing.
We talked about it in what, like February, I think.
Yeah.
February or March.
Yeah.
And
A
then we're
while
talking
back.
about how it's bad.
How it's one of the worst names I've ever heard.
It's a really bad name, yeah. Smart delivery means if you buy a game that supports smart delivery for your Xbox One X, it will have a version for the Series X, and you'll get to play that on your Series X down the road. So
It's
put that
cross-buy.
Yes, it's cross-buy or smart delivery.
It's a smoke screen to be like, yo, we're doing smart delivery. They're really pro-consumer about it. It's like, no, they're not.
You'll put that game in, and you'll see it's the same game.
You're being tricked right now.
It's fantastic. But hey, you know what? If people want to sign up for that program, that's great for them. And I hope publishers do, as long as they deliver a quality experience on the Series X. I don't want to hear all of this marketing about their smart delivery and then I throw that shit in my Xbox Series X and it looks the same. I'll be
I have some bad news.
pissed.
No, the
have some
Cyberpunk
bad
will actually boot, unlike on the regular.
Cyberpunk on the Xbox One S looks like a Vita game. It's 540p.
You put that shit into the Xbox One, it's like, I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. No.
Yeah, no. Hopefully they deliver quality versions for next gen. That's all I'm concerned about. Also, there's the great Indivisible news that the developers received from the publisher.
Not from Twitter.
Via Twitter.
I'm very proud to know that I actually somehow learned about this before Mike Z.
Indivisible is now out on Switch. They announced it via it just showing up on the eShop, and it's on sale. So if you saw any of our Indivisible coverage or our Indivisible spoiler cast and you were interested, it's now on the Switch, and it's under $30. I think it was 26. Can't remember. But yeah, it's on sale. Neat game. Problem, it doesn't have the day one patch yet. So while the game's good, it doesn't have co-op and the other features that are on other platforms.
Right, so at least had the patches
it's
from the...
It's the really bad version where you're in the sewer and you get trapped inside the geometry.
I don't think it's
doesn't have
that. It doesn't have that.
It doesn't have the patch for the stuff they did like last month on other versions. It has the patches from way back then.
Yeah, it has all the quality of life patches. It doesn't have the co-op. It doesn't have the fancy shit. So it's a playable game. It's more polished than what we played.
The end of the game probably balanced.
Probably balanced. That game's great. I'm really interested in seeing it on the Switch.
Developers, Deep Silver will fuck you.
Where did that voice come from?
Fuck you.
Was that a whisper of fate?
Don't trust them. Don't talk. If you're a developer, don't talk to Jason Schreier either. He'll sell you out for money.
Is it 505 or Deep Silver? For some reason, I thought it was 505.
I think they're the same fucking company.
Oh no, they probably are.
One moment, looking it up.
I thought Indivisible was Deep Silver, unless I just fucking dreamed that. No, it's 505. I guess I just assumed they were the same company because they're both always doing this shit.
How the fuck has 505 been around since the bad PS2 Loop on the Third game I bought and then traded in immediately? What the hell? Man, those guys have been around forever. Oh my god, they published Bujingai? What the fuck?
Here we go. Boom.
What the fuck? And it's in giant text in Europe. Maybe they're European publishers.
Yeah, they must.
Originally.
Yeah, I think that's it. So we don't know.
505, yeah, 505 is Italian and Deep Silver is German.
Okay, there we go. Got it. We've gotten straight our B tier European publishers
that all want to screw you.
KZ, do you have any exciting remakes for us?
Speaking of B tier, Destroy All Humans is getting a remake. We've known about it. It's finally launching on July 28th.
Cool. Question mark?
It has a $400 figure edition.
Yeah, that's some fucking presumptuous shit.
THQ Nordic are nuts.
They are nuts.
Are they also doing the SpongeBob game? Because that also has an insane edition.
Yes, that's their thing. They get AA games. And then they make the most insane collector's editions that are more expensive than like the Final Fantasy VII one.
with
Darksiders did too.
I could see somebody conceivably wanting the SpongeBob one. In what dimension does somebody want a giant statue of the alien that sounds like Jack Nicholson on The Critic? That's a freaking lie. You look like me, you act like me, you don't have an original bone in your body.
I know only one person who would care about this, and I know they definitely wouldn't spend $400.
They know that somebody is going to, though. They know that they can sell those, which is insane. But I've met these people.
This does seem to be their an interesting approach where they're just poaching and grabbing a bunch of AA like IPs that no one wants to make a game about anymore, and then just remaking them in Unreal 4.
Very excited for a Biomutants $1,000 edition.
I bought Destroy All Humans when it first came out. I thought it was okay. Like, it wasn't mind blowing, but it was a neat PS2 game.
Yeah, it got a sequel, I believe.
Got 2 sequels. I think the last one might have only been on the Wii.
Oh.
Wait, how many of these fucking games were there?
Oh no.
There was Destroy All Humans, Destroy All Humans 2, Destroy All Humans Big Willy Unleashed, which was a Wii game with a Metacritic score of 53.
Sounds like you got to give it a chance, Bob.
And then Destroy All Humans Path of the Furon, which is a 360 game with a Metacritic score of 34.
I played that one. I rented that. It was awful.
Good lord.
But yeah, that's what's going on with that.
Cool.
Maybe look forward to it.
Possibly. Is there any better games that are coming out shortly before that?
I want to knock out this one because it has a similar energy to it.
Okay.
They're not doing a WWE 2K game this year because the last one was a nightmare. And they fired the main development team that was making it like partway in, and they're likely taking a big loss from not releasing that game with their contract with the WWE. So they had to scramble to announce WWE 2K Battlegrounds, which it's from that. Do you remember that NBA game that 2K put out? That's like kind of like NBA Jam, where it's like lower quality, like bobblehead looking characters.
What was that one called?
They put it on like
Street
the
Style or
Switch.
something?
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, I think it might be 3v3.
Playgrounds?
Playground.
Yes, that. So they announced a version of that, like the same devs are doing that, Saber Interactive, and it's an arcadey style wrestling game. The visuals look really bad.
And they are mildly terrifying, which is what they're going for, I
Look how
guess.
terrifying The Rock looks.
Look, 2K, I'm going to tell you how to make a wrestling game I will buy. Just remaster WWE All-Stars. That game's great.
Yeah, I did see a bunch of people talking about that. I just every single time they try to show a picture of The Rock in this, it just looks he just looks scary and also sad.
He does look really sad.
Are you afraid of me?
You aren't afraid?
You will be. So, something that got overshadowed immediately by the Stadia was, of course, Deadly Premonition 2 launching on July 10th.
I don't think that's accurate,
Very
but okay. I am very
I'll have to buy it. I'll have to buy it on Switch. Even though there's no fucking way that is a permanent Switch exclusive and will be out on something else next year, but still, I can't wait that long.
Yeah, no, that's maybe
I
the
keep forgetting
situation
that
I'm gonna
they
end up in.
totally announced that game in the most nonchalant way possible, where it's just like, boom, here you go, here's Deadly Premonition 2.
What
Like
the-
Giant Bomb's reaction of, oh, whatever, it's Deadly Premonition 2. What?
Yeah, no, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Deadly Premonition is great. I wish there was any stable version of that video game in existence.
No.
PS5.
That's part of its appeal.
I think the most stable version is the PS3 version.
PS5, I'm begging.
Apparently, somebody told me that there's a third-party tool you need to have to play the PC version that backs up your save every 5 minutes because the game has a tendency to corrupt it.
Look, with the power of PlayStation 5 and variable refresh rate technology, it'll smooth out the stutters in gameplay and hypercharge the frame rate.
Dan, I need you to play that game on PS3 to get to one of the parts where it goes split screen for no other reason than to tank the frame rate.
That's so bad.
Also, the PS3 version is the best version.
What?
Yeah, there's no PS4 version.
What?
The newest version of that game is on the Switch.
What?
There is no PS3 or Xbox One version.
Dan, you gonna be okay? Do you need to sit down?
I thought it came out on PC and other modern platforms, but you fucking
It came
tell
out
me
on
it's
PC.
just the Switch.
It came out on PC, but it's as stable as a game that has 15 different studios in the credits would be.
Cool. July's looking like a pretty busy month, though. KZ, you don't have any games that are in between those two games' release date, do you?
Well, it's definitely not going to be any updates for Monster Hunter World Iceborne.
Why do you have to go in the order of... God damn it, Casey!
I'm specifically picking the things you don't want to upset you.
Casey.
Because you keep talking about PS5.
KZ, hey, can you help me segue the news smoothly so we can keep going? Yes, Dan gives a transition. KZ, oh, shit, it farted, chicken.
Dan.
Yes, I will absolutely do that for you.
It's Casey shoots his own feet.
So what's the deal with Iceborne?
They're doing delays for future updates because of the stuff.
This stuff, yeah. Okay.
The stuff that the world is a different place,
That's
so
true.
it's hard to make things for the new world.
We live in a post-content economy.
We do, in fact.
Hey, Bob, you
Hey,
want to
Dan.
talk about Bleeding Edge?
Sure.
Okay, so The Last of Us Part 2 launches on June 19th.
Isn't that less than a month delay?
Yes.
Yes.
That's weird.
Yes.
Yeah. Mainly because they
They
did that whole
definitely did-
refund thing.
Yes.
They definitely did not want to delay that thing.
Then they did.
And I imagine they want to keep that away from the machine.
Yeah. Yeah, that whole release date shuffle is weird, and I'm curious why that happened. I guess producing the physical copies, like they were saying, just takes a little bit longer. because of the problems.
Iron Man VR still doesn't have a release date, does it?
It's okay. It's gone now.
No.
Thanos snapped.
I have a sneaking suspicion that game is going to be rough as shit at launch.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Maybe. If you make
But
a rough
it being-
VR game, you puke. So
Yeah.
I imagine it'll just be content light, incredibly.
sure, yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's a VR game, so I think that's safe.
Yeah.
That's why people are shocked by the Half-Life game, because they're like, it's about as long as a Half-Life game is.
It's a video game.
You feed Tony Stark chicken tenders.
Oh yes, finally.
Oh my god. Please. Feed him his alcohol addiction.
It's weird though because he's a billionaire, so there's this fucked up feudalism element to it. Like, feed me, peasant.
I will. I'm your peasant.
So are you saying he's a lot more like Elon Musk in this version?
Elon Musk is just a Tony Stark that goes to Reddit and sucks.
Yes. Because Tony Stark is a very flawed character. Elon Musk is a much more flawed human.
Tony Stark gets character development.
See?
God damn.
Elon Musk builds the truck from Halo.
Or he tries, and then he goes, "It's invincible," and shatters part of it on stage. It's
So
okay.
because of Last of Us is getting repositioned, they had to also reposition Ghost of Tsushima for a few weeks. It's coming out in July 17th, which is your deadline, Dan.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to make that video by then.
Right.
I think we're still going to be in this.
By July? God, that'd be dire.
You have no idea the level of pessimism I'm constantly operating at. Hey, Bob.
Oh, my pessimism was February.
I expect us to be out and then back in at Christmas.
Hey, Bob.
Hey Dan.
Bleeding Edge.
Bleeding Edge has a new character, just came out yesterday, called Mako. It's a dolphin in an aquarium with robot legs that speaks in an offensive Japanese accent.
Oh my god, I fucking hate everything in the world.
It
What? I
has,
didn't know that part.
in the text for its name is clearly Splatoon text.
Does he at least say Cowabunga like Shredder?
No.
This is the game they showed to Microsoft to say, we have something that's almost ready to ship. You want this? They're like, yeah.
Anything, man. Anything. I'm surprised they launched anything at all for this post-launch content-wise. Like, I thought they would just completely abandon it, because then they're just moving straight to Hellblade 2.
I assume this shit was done too.
Hey, maybe they were sitting on it, just waiting. Okay,
Yeah.
they're not ready for Mako yet. It's too extreme.
Yeah. Well, it's that thing of like making it feel like your game's going to be really alive and have a lot of good post content. So you just like hold shit, and then you can just put it out a little bit later.
I mean, I did see full gameplay videos of this guy were uploaded a month ago. So yeah, it's probably been done for a
So it's
while.
been done for a little bit.
It's like Grand Blue
Yes.
with Kazooie.
Yes, Kazooie. I got to play a little bit Kazooie.
How'd that go?
It was pretty fun. She has dragons.
Oh, dragons are cool.
Oh, just like Kazooie.
I like how I like how just like every character, the boys are like, oh, she's gonna beat our ass. That's literally their intro with her. They're like, oh, she's gonna kick the shit out of us.
Good.
Oh, Phil,
Oh.
I just read your fucking bullets. The second one's killing me. I was hoping we would never talk about it.
Oh, let's start. A new game was announced. Minimal Effect, a game that gave me fucking heart palpitations when I watched the trailer, will
I don't know what
strain
this
the
is.
limits of parody law in 2021. KZ, imagine a bad parody of Mass Effect that looks like Family Guy.
And,
No,
and
game.
thinks
It's a
it's
game.
funny like Family Guy.
Oh, minimal. Oh, fuck
It's
off.
a
This
real
is awful.
shooter. It's not like a fucking... It is not like a bullshit adventure game or
Dan,
something.
I didn't need to.
Click to the end of this trailer, KZ. You have to see gameplay.
Hold
It
on.
looks like one of the family. It looks like Family Guy into the multiverse or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah.
All right, all right. I'm gonna go 1 minute in here.
Back to the multiverse, the Family Guy 360 shooter.
Oh my god, this looks so awful.
What in the world?
Oh my god.
See, the shocking thing is you miss all the absolutely terrible jokes if you can't watch the trailer itself, but that's fine. I've already seen it, and I'm okay with any
this looks
plan.
good the same way Drake of the 99 Dragons look good.
I'm okay with any plan that doesn't involve me rewatching it.
The art
Okay.
looks like it's from that Randall game, based on Randall from Clerks.
Oh my god. What was that called?
You find out it's the same developer.
It might be. Let me go check it up.
See, I think it looks like Rick and Morty. Like, it has a very Family Guy energy, but it looks like Rick and Morty.
The only way you could make that worse is if all the designs just look like Big Mouth.
Oh!
Which might be the most repulsive looking thing I've ever seen media-wise, and I will never engage with it.
The two studios working on this are Toadman Studios and Sold Out. Sold Out made no, they're just the publisher. Sold Out is just the publisher. Oh god, they published Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. But the devs are Toadman Interactive, who made let's see what the fuck they made. I'll go to their website right now. They made nothing.
Cool.
They have shipped nothing.
Hey, Bob.
Hey.
The game you were referring to, Randall's Monday, which features Randall's actor from Clerks doing his Randall voice. That point-and-click adventure is developed by a studio that doesn't even acknowledge they made it.
Of course.
Past contributions. Dead Island 2.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Anyway, Final Fantasy 12, the Switch port and also the Xbox One X port apparently had an incredibly useful feature where you could reclass your character, something you couldn't do in the PC and PS4 versions, that made the game drastically better. It has now been patched into those versions.
Thank God.
It makes me wonder.
Basically a year.
It makes me wonder if, like, in June we're gonna see like Mana Collection is now on everything else, and then in September we're gonna see we gave DLC to. We gave a big update to Dragon Quest XI, so now it has the speed up combat and the orchestral score. Probably not the content though. Maybe not that.
Yeah. I don't think the Mana Collection will happen just because that came out at the Switch launch in Japan. So a year exclusivity would be a bit weird because then the Japanese would already have that collection on PS4 by now.
Yeah, and when this was announced,
But I
I went and ordered Final Fantasy 12 because I was like, okay, I'll play it with that option.
Yeah. You don't have to stress out in the first hour of the game when making your choices.
Though I already did that part, so whatever.
And now,
Oh, no!
The funniest thing in the universe, China is taking steps to ban all multiplayer games that weren't made in China.
Oh, no!
Oh.
This is apparently happening because of Animal Crossing, because they are you can go to a Chinese person's town and be like Tiananmen Square on this time and this date, and they don't like that.
Oh, my God.
It's also going to come with a bunch of new additions to single player regulations. Like, if your game has zombies or a plague, it is no longer allowed in China.
Oh my God.
If your game has anything to do with unions, it is no longer allowed in China.
Jesus Christ.
Let me read some of the others. There was like a list because it was hysterical. Let's see. No game with map editing allowed in China.
Good thing.
Man, suddenly Blizzard's going to be a lot more progressive. I don't know what happened.
Role playing not allowed in China. I assume they mean like literal role playing. Any gaming apps that allow players to form groups.
Oh my God. This is really dire.
They're just Blizzard and Riot, you fucked up.
I wonder if Blizzard will do any work to unburn bridges they have.
I don't know what they could do.
They don't have to worry about doing anything. It's not like big esports events can happen right now.
That's true.
or ever again.
Clown shoes.
I hope. I can hope.
Anyway,
Hey, Dan, what other news do we got?
I don't know. I remember a Dan who used to transition. That Dan, it was
don't
foolish.
worry. I'll check right now to see if there's more.
I mean, I did pull that Umihara thing that happened during the podcast.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, no, that was the most recent thing. For people who missed it, we finished the epic saga of the Detroit Let's Play. You could go check out the ending video. Now that it's over, I can say this. We had one of the weirdest runs of that game because every question people asked us when we started the Let's Play was like, wait, that can happen? Wait, what? What the fuck? I don't want to talk about it too much because it would spoil it, but goddamn, that ending we got was very extra.
I should watch that. I'm interested in what you did.
It's a weird run, but it's really funny because Aggro's there the whole time, and by the end, he's a husk of the man he once was.
Yeah, we did that all in one sitting.
Yeah, that was all recorded in one day.
What?
well,
like
now he's
it was.
Now he's recovered enough for you to do a second run and get different things.
No, we've got bigger fish to fry. Don't want to talk about it yet, but you know.
Yeah.
Also, in the next week, I guess we're going to be live streaming that Xbox event. Please keep an eye out for that. And of course, it's Malo. So on Friday, that
More
just
like
passed.
Galo.
PS quintuple.
Last Friday we did Halo 1. Of course, next Friday we're going to be doing Halo 2. And we'll be doing full playthroughs of those games and also doing some small stuff of the spinoffs, just like we did with Ape Escape Roll. Please keep an eye out for that. It's actually going to be a ton of fun, and I'm super excited. We're starting off Halo 1 with the version on the Master Chief Collection, so me and Bob can be bitter the whole way through and just keep hitting the graphics button, which is what caused that thing that I made the tweet of where I said Xbox Enhanced.
Oh, by the way, I turned it on default graphics immediately.
Yeah, like original graphics.
Yeah.
Because, man, those new graphics suck. Yeah. It's real bad. But yeah, I'm genuinely very excited for this month. Between the Malo stuff and Microsoft showing games and Sony showing games, I'm very, very excited. KZ, what do you have going on in the next week?
So it completely slipped my mind because it's something I did at the very beginning of the week, but I played that Gundam beta that came out.
Oh yeah, so did I.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Got matches pretty fast in it. Plays exactly like those games do, where I have no idea what I'm doing for the first 10 minutes, so it's just a nightmare. I mashed the circle button a lot, which I did not at the time know that was the switch target button. So I basically had a seizure. But yeah, it's all right. I enjoyed it. It's a lot better than that last one they put out. But I thought I'd at least mention it since it just came to me that I did in fact play that and then drowned in Neo. What did you think, Bob?
It left a really strong impact on you, KZ.
That game is archaic feeling. Like, it feels just like the PS2 game I played, Gundam versus Zeta Gundam, which is 16 years old.
Raw.
I'm not a fan of it playing like this, and I feel like the 2-on-2 battles are annoying, because then it's always like, oh, you just get like ganked by someone else you're not trying to fight. I don't have a lot of good thing to say about it. Yeah. I feel like
I can't believe Bob hates the entire Gundam franchise.
Is a Gundam fan, I feel like we deserve better, and they should probably do something that's more appealing to more people. Like this is clearly a Japanese arcade game, so that's fine. It's absolutely fine.
They tried
get a
to do
physical
that
release.
already, Bob, and it was the worst one they ever made.
True.
No,
trying to appeal to more people never works out for them for some reason.
That's because they made a bad video game. They don't need to make the same game but worse.
Imagine if they made a polished video game that appealed to people who like Gundam in general, not crazy people who like this one series of Gundam games.
Right.
Like, that's what Bob's talking about.
Like the Dynasty Warriors Gundam series, or way back in the PS2 when we got stuff like their knockoff Zone of the Enders, Gundam's Encounter in Space. Yeah, do something exciting with Gundam. Gundam's a great franchise. Please make a real video game instead of porting an arcade game that's archaic.
It would be really cool to see a a fresh feeling Gundam game that was built from the ground up to be its own thing and had mass appeal. It would be nice.
And that trailer at E3 way back for the PS3 was hype. When the game
Gundam,
came out.
You mean Gundam Crossfire's trailer?
Yes.
Yeah, the trailer's hype as hell. It's a pre-rendered video.
Yeah, it is.
Then you play Gundam Crossfire, and I believe Xeon said that was their most regretted game purchase of all time.
That's about right, yeah.
Ugh.
It runs at about 10 frames a second.
Oof.
Yeah.
And for me, a lot of the nostalgia for this sort of thing comes from like all the classic voice actors, and of course they didn't get any of that. It's just the Japanese voice actors. So,
And I wonder if they can eat how hard it'd be to get some of them back in.
I imagine
just,
it'd be incredibly hard for a lot.
like a licensing nightmare.
Especially where the new Gundam stuff doesn't get the old Gundam voice actors back, and it's really bad.
Yeah. Like, I think Domon Kashu's a dentist now.
Yeah, he's done, but like all the classic Gundam guys, like the guys who do Amuro and Char and stuff,
yeah.
they haven't left the industry completely, but they don't get used anymore because the new people who manage Gundam don't use them. They have their new set they have for the origin films, and they don't sound great.
So, KZ, what do you have going on in the next week?
Well, hopefully, if backer things go well, I will have had a little bit of time to mess around with that wonderful 101 remaster.
Wait, is
'Cause I
that
got
coming out?
emails.
I saw the trophies hit.
They said they're sending digital copies out for backers on Thursday, so on the 7th. So
no, I'm a chump who bought the digital, aren't I? Or sorry, the physical.
yes, they also put out a thing saying, given the state of things, it's sounding like there might be some problems with that. I'm like looking
They
at
said
it
the
now.
physical was like June or July. Like it got pushed back far.
I remember at the time, Bob, you said you didn't give a shit.
Our current estimate for the start of shipping rewards is late June. You might receive like your physical copy of the game after retail release.
Oof.
As a result of some of this stuff. But digital, they're going to start sending them in a week from now.
What was my pledge? I need to look now.
I just picked the cheapest option, but I'm well, hopefully that comes in time. Maybe I can have some impressions of like, hey, it runs okay. Because I picked up the PS.
Oh no, I also bought the physical version.
Let me double check. Maybe I changed my mind. Oh no, I didn't. Great.
Someone save our pledges.
You know what? I don't even want my money back at all. Just give me the digital one. I don't care anymore.
That's what also I would do. I wish they had done that option. Yeah, it's only $5. Was only $5 less for the digital version. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, we did at the time. We didn't know how bad this was going to get, so there was.
Yeah, it was right in that pocket where things seem like But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to check that out.
Oh, all
definitely.
physical backers get a Steam code for it.
Huh.
Oh.
Oh my God. Are you telling me you'll be able to turn RTX on? Finally.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah, I see that right here. Okay. So you can actually, and it'll be synced up with the people who got the digital version. That's
okay,
neat.
that's great.
But yeah,
that's
I'll
the
be
only version
hopefully
they have full
checking that out.
control over, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to check that out before we do Big Think again next time. Regardless, though, I'm definitely going to play Sakura Wars because I got a copy of that, so I'm going to jump in. I'm very excited to see how stupid it is. And that's pretty much it for me.
Hey, Phil, what do you got coming on in the next week?
I'm going to be playing Danganronpa. I will not be watching the bad anime.
It's not bad anime. Perfectly fine.
We have other bad animes to watch.
Oh yeah, no, Bleach is raw.
Yeah, it
There's
is.
26 episodes.
That is very bad.
No, then it's really good.
I'll just zone out until we get to the cat girl who I like.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Big Think Dimension. If you would like to support the GB Podcast Network, head on over to patreon.com/GB Podcast so that way you can get exclusive behind the scenes on stuff, other content. There's a lot of content. It's basically non-ending avalanche of content. So head on over there, become a $5 backer or a Podlord today. This GigaBoots video was brought to you by the arcane powers of our executive producers, Esme, Nicholas Cameron,
E. Lee Broyles, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Danny Richardson, Red Blaze 27, and 32X Wen. Thank you very much to our powerful executive producers. And also these guys. If you like this video and want to lend us your power, head on over to patreon.com/gigaboots today.